All right, we're back after not as long of a hiatus as the last one. They're getting shorter.
They're getting shorter. We're at a point in which there is a semblance of you can kind of call out that something is not happening or it is happening or
It's
what
like,
have you.
There hasn't been a stream all week. There have been no even casual tweets.
Yeah.
Max is just retweeting the same bullshit like tweets he's always retweeting.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Real life comes at you real fucking quick, don't it?
Comes at you quick, dude. Now
dude.
that's it.
You're part of the hive, man.
Now
you've got it. Now you've got a fucking real job,
Yeah.
and now you got to sit there and
just exist.
Explain to your boss that you were late to work because you were playing Uni too fucking late last night.
Yeah. Ooh. Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh well. Sometimes there's a podcast and sometimes there isn't. But this week is one of the ones where there is a podcast.
Oh yeah.
You
know, housekeeping. Obviously, we just started streaming again on my side. I tried to get some Yakuza in. I have been unbelievably sick and also working 12 to 13-hour work shifts.
Yeah.
Since last week. To the point where, like, yesterday I woke up, had another coughing fit for about 30 or 45 minutes, and, I'll just do that. I'll put the guns down. I had a coughing fit for about 30 or 45 minutes, and I sat there and was like, you know what? I don't care what happens at my job today. I'm just going to go ahead and make it so I'm just going to tell them, like, hey, look, I'm not coming in. Like, I'm going to go see a doctor like I should have a week and a half ago. And while I'm at the doctor, the nurse lady was like, so what's bringing you in here, honey? And immediately on cue, I just start coughing. And she's like, oh, there it is.
Found it.
Found it.
Right there.
Fuck, so you're going to hear me still dying a little bit.
That's cool. It was the Jet Set Radio pictured one where I was super sick.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. The difference was I had the courtesy to tell you to stay home.
Yeah,
Whereas now you're just surprising me.
Yeah, now
you son of a bitch.
Well, I told you I was
While
sick.
also consuming news
All right.
arriving.
All right. So
we'll get to that.
We're a little late today because Max sent me a text, and I said, well, I mean, I'm going to have to turn around and watch this fucking video because I'm that kind of guy.
Yeah.
So that's happening. But I guess we'll just go past our segment real quick because I didn't have a whole lot of stuff.
I have a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of ish, which is surprising because I haven't had a lot of time where I've been doing things.
Really?
Yeah, my schedule is now work, eat, and then I go to bed, and then I wake up in time for work. Like that's what my schedule's been. But I've somehow managed to finish a game and start two. Like start and finish a game and then start two more games.
Gaming for me has been actually kind of a hassle, a really big fucking hassle because you have like the ability to sit down and play single player games and be fine with like playing them off stream.
Yeah.
I'm always trying to dedicate streams towards single player games, and every one of those games is either Yakuza long or like a Spider-Man. And
I feel bad the whole way through.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I'm playing this for the first time. That's like wasted like entertainment value already. If I ever wanted to revisit this, it's done.
And you know what's been popping up for me is that like everyone I've had like people like random friends of mine have just been popping up and been like, "Hey, just trying to keep up with the channel. By the way, the God of War playthrough was really great." And I was like, "Fuck, it was. I played that whole game throughout. Like that was a good playthrough."
Yeah.
I haven't done a real full playthrough in a very long time, but everyone's always saying like, "Hey, those full playthroughs are really great," and I'm like, "Fuck!" But like, because Yakuza is such a hard fucking game.
It's not
right now.
It is not a good stream game.
Yeah, like I feel like I've already committed. I need to do Yakuza 0 at least on stream.
Yeah.
I think every other Yakuza, I don't know, man. I'm not gonna.
It's strange because it was the worst one to pick to stream because it is by far the longest. It is 2 full games in one.
Ugh.
Yeah. Kiwami's like 10 hours. That shit's easy.
I might just switch to Kiwami.
But you have to play Yakuza 0 first.
Yeah, I
now.
do.
Oof.
Fuck.
There's your dilemma.
There's my dilemma. So, I'm kind of struggling because I'm like, as much as I would love to play JRPGs, I think that as of right now, because of the fact that like, we're not full-time streamers.
Yeah.
If we were full-time streamers, this would not be a fucking issue because like Carnage is another streamer that he's kind of like a variety streamer and he plays a whole bunch of shit. And he specifically like runs through the Yakuza series like a lot, but he also has like 12 to 13 hours he can dedicate in one playthrough.
Exactly.
So it's really hard for me to kind of like sit there and be like, even with like God of War, the reason why God of War is so much easier to do that is because I don't have to sit down and read.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like there's no like necessary grinding. I can just kind of go to the storyline. I like games that allow me, like Spider-Man was actually a really good stream game.
Yeah.
That when I was playing it the whole way through, I was like, fuck, this could be really good material. Like this is really good stuff.
Yeah. Did you get Spider-Man?
Oh, dude. Okay, so I had basically I was able to finagle some stuff, and I remember that I had a gift card, and the way I remembered it was I was doing my laundry, and I'm shaking my fucking work pants, and out falls a gift card.
Okay.
From Cybertron.
Yeah, the gift card.
And I said, let me see how much it has on it. It was $54.
Okay.
So Spider-Man was $3.
All right.
After that, and I said, give me Spider-Man. And I bought it, and within 2 days, I beat it. Okay. So I have beat it. I am there.
I was in the same position. I beat it in like 2 days.
Yeah.
The whole playthrough is recorded. I finally know what I'm going to do with it, because at first I'm like, I'm going to review it. Turns out that as good as it is, it's kind of just a really good open world game.
Yeah.
That has good swinging.
Yeah.
So I don't know how many videos you want to watch about people who just like, the swinging it's so good, and
the donkey video. Have you seen that one yet?
Yeah, I am Spider-Man. It makes you feel like Spider-Man.
Yeah, it makes you feel like Spider-Man.
Yeah,
where
it
it's
does.
like,
I didn't feel like Spider-Man. It felt like it was good. It made me feel like Bionic Commando. That's what it made me feel like.
Dude, that combat, the further along you get, opens the fuck up.
So I finally realized what the video is going to be about, and that is that I am sick of hearing people comparing it to Arkham. It's not like Arkham.
It's not like Arkham at all.
It is character action light.
Mm-hmm.
So the video will be about the combat of Spider-Man and
Good.
just how deep it goes.
Good, because that is not at all what it fucking is.
Yeah.
I think people comparing it to Arkham have such a narrow-minded view of like gameplay, design, and just combat in general. It's really frustrating.
And that's like the one thing that I feel like people aren't like talking about a lot, because like I've heard about Spider-Man on podcasts, I've seen reviews, which I tried to. That is for you.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yeah. Seen podcasts, watched reviews, or I guess I heard podcasts. Everyone talks about the exact same things in Spider-Man, so it's like I'm not gonna compare swinging. I'm not gonna talk about story, because I don't really care about the story in Spider-Man. Although the story in Spider-Man is great in this one. It's pretty good.
I think that honestly, if you compare this to like anything that has been in the traditional Marvel MCU media in the past 2 decades, this is by far my favorite Spider-Man story of all time.
I have heard many people say that.
This is easily one of the most engaging, without having to feel like an origin story, but still feeling like it has something new to say about these characters. Yeah. The dynamic between, I think it's already at this point, it's the first fucking mission.
Yeah,
everyone sees it. Yeah, the dynamic between Doc Ock and Peter Parker.
It's fantastic.
Fan-fucking-tastic.
It's really good.
That is, Yuri Lowenthal and Laura Bailey brought their shit.
Laura Bailey was MJ?
It was MJ, yeah. They brought their shit. Yeah. They're acting a game like it. And you know what it is? I think it's honestly because like this is the first time that Yuri has been given a platform and a script that is like not anime. And it's written by like an actual fucking human being.
Yeah, like this is a role.
Like, he had to act, and he acted his fucking ass off. That dude, that final exchange, dude, I cried. Like I genuinely cried at the end of the game. It was so good.
I started to, but I caught it.
You caught that
because I'm a Spider-Man.
Well, I'm a Spider Boy, and I cried like a little bitch during a couple of things, and then the the two call-outs
at the very
at
end.
the very end.
Which I wasn't expecting to be the same call out.
Yeah.
Unless you're talking about, like, hey guys, spoilers, Miles Morales gets spider powers. I don't know if anyone saw that coming.
Right, but
he gets them.
Yeah, but there's people who don't know that Miles is in the game either.
At this point.
At this point,
maybe
now,
it's been everywhere.
Yeah.
But I won't spoil the other thing that they reveal, and it is two things that I thought were going to be separate reveals that are, one, I don't know how that's going to work, but hey, looking forward to a Spider-Man 2. I wonder if they'll make one. I wonder if it made enough money. I wonder if it's actually the highest grossing, like, Marvel property.
No, it's the most successful superhero game in general.
I'm pretty sure
3.3 million. It sold more than God of War in its first 3 days.
But I think if you actually take, like, the money earned, like, it's like definitely the highest selling PS4 game. But I think it's like one of the most highest selling games, like,
that Marvel's ever made.
General.
Oh yeah. Dude, 3.3 million units.
But I think it like beats out
days.
movies.
Really?
Is what I'm saying. Like
I
I
didn't
think
hear
it's
about
that like impressive.
Wow.
But I don't know. I don't remember what the article was.
Go play Spider-Man, guys. It's really
Spider-Man.
good.
I recommend
it's a really good
it.
game. You really feel like Spider-Man.
Yeah, it really makes you feel Spider-Man.
Feel his voluptuous chest.
Oh, best part of the game is the photo mode, hands down.
I think everyone taking photos by the Ben Parker grave is fuck those people. I know it's a joke, but you're a piece of shit.
I couldn't find it.
My friend found it. He did it in the Red Scarlet fucking Scarlet Spider-Man bullshit, and I was like, that.
You didn't do it in the one suit, the
No.
all white suit.
No.
The white and blue suits.
Oh no.
No, Spider-Man was good. Recommend that for sure.
Anyways,
so you played a video game?
I played a video game, and it was fun, and to the point where I was like, I just gonna walk around the city. Like I actually stopped at an end of an open world game, and I was like, yeah, I'll leave all the side quests for later. And then now I genuinely felt enjoyment that I was like, I get to just roam around this city now.
As someone who does not like open world games like that, and who has had a very, very mixed reactions to Breath of the Wild, the greatest open world game ever made, with the most beautiful scenic open world ever made, with unique emergent gameplay that's constantly changing and evolving.
Yeah, it's Zelda open world, guys. That's all it really is.
Spider-Man was fantastic. Fantastic open world game.
The weapons break.
Made me realize I don't hate open world games. I just hate Breath of the Wild. So don't expect that series to come back. Band-Aid.
Ooh, there it is.
Sorry, I don't think anyone was looking forward to it.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Well, I mean, a lot of people really liked it.
They
from
liked
what I
it.
saw.
Everybody enjoyed it.
You need a co-pilot though. That's the problem.
Really forcing it during the one that I did solo during that first like big. They're not temples. They're just same like the big elephant.
Yeah.
You go inside an elephant, right?
Right.
And I just kept getting annoyed because, like, one, this is going to look the same as the 3 other ones I'm going to do, and 2, all the story beats that they're covering are things that happened in the past and would have made a more interesting game than the one I'm playing. So, like, I don't know. I wasn't on board with Breath of the Wild. It was not a game for me.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, because it sucks. And I only play good games.
Big oof.
Yikes.
Anyways, I've been caught in a rock and a hard place when it comes to trying to figure out where I want to stand on the Monster Hunter World line.
Mm-hmm.
I really enjoy my time with the PC version. I really think that the 60 frames per second actually makes that gameplay way better.
Yeah.
Foresight Slash is actually not kind of hard to pull off with 60 frames.
I would imagine.
Yeah, and since I now know how to build a character somewhat, and that elemental stuff is really important for a lot of builds, I have my all my shit decked out on the PC version, and I'm at a point where I can start like actually farming for decorations, which are like the little add-ons to your equipment.
Yeah.
But there's so much more shit on the PS4 version that we are just not getting at all. If that's like that fast.
Yeah.
I mean they finally opened up for everybody the USJ quest for this autumn festival that came out.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Believe so.
Universal Studios Japan had a Japanese exclusive quest where you had Japanese exclusive armor. Now you can just everyone has it.
Oh, well, that's good.
Everyone can do it now, which is great. That's super. You don't even have to do it anymore. You don't have to like do that weird thing where you have to find one Japanese guy that has it in the event list and then no
invites.
Yeah, you can just do it and just get the weapons and I was like, well, fuck. And the thing with how they do events is every time there's like a seasonal event, all of their past events that had all of their past monsters and shit like that just come back
for that event.
For that event. So you can do the Dante DLC now. You can do the fucking Horizon Dawn DLC.
Super cool if that content just like, I don't know, stayed in the game.
No, you're completely fucking right. You're absolutely right, and it's one of those
game
things
with no external. I know we have done this song and dance a lot, but a game with no external purchases being run like a lifestyle game makes no sense.
It makes a little bit no sense.
There is no reason for it,
especially considering we do not have any indication as to whether or not there's a G rank edition along the way. There's probably something happening.
Yeah,
but like. There's little to no indication that there's actually going to be any actual paid for DLC, which I'm completely fine with on Monster Hunter.
I would rather pay for the DLC and then have it be there.
Like it's almost been a year. Like we're in the 9th month. It's about eight or 9 months that fucking Monster Hunter's been running.
You know what that means?
What's that?
It means that it's almost been a year since we've made actual content.
Oh boy.
Yikes.
Yeah, big
what
yikes.
A terrible, horrible marker.
Oh yeah.
And then you can add 2 weeks because that video was late.
Oh yeah. Oh hell yeah. Oof.
Aw.
Anyways, so it's like we were sitting there and we're just kind of like, everyone's still playing the PS4 version. Everyone on our end is still playing the PS4 version.
Yeah.
And every time I try to go to bed, I'm like, hey guys, do you want to play Monster Hunter?
Yeah, because like what?
Because they'll pick up a game and they'll fucking drop it real quick. Because now they're all playing RuneScape, and I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, but then the PS4, like, that's why I don't understand. Like, I get it. It's like I want to play it at 60 FPS, looking the best it can.
Yeah.
But there's not as much game as there was on the PS4.
Yeah.
So, like, jumping ship on that title didn't make any sense to me.
Yeah.
Where it's like, you've put all this time into a character, and it's like, all right, bye.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to go play less content faster.
Yeah, exactly. So now I'm kind of probably just jumping back to PS4 and saying, well, PC.
Destiny on the PS4 now that it's free.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
So we
can play together.
So a lot of my friends are doing that now, and it's really aggravating. It's because they're all saying, well, yeah, Destiny's really fun. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Like, I told you, fuck all of you.
Wrong F word. It's really free.
Yeah, exactly.
Really free.
It's actually really free as fuck.
Yeah, not anymore.
Which next month, apparently, we're going to get Neo and Diablo 3 for free. And Diablo 3...
Cool, Neo.
Yeah, Diablo 3 on console is actually really fucking good. It's just basically Gauntlet.
Bad sell for me, but that's cool for other people, for sure.
I feel you.
100%.
Other than that, I dropped WoW. Of course I did. Getting back into Warframe on my lonesome.
I forgot you picked up WoW.
I picked up WoW to try it out. I keep buying fucking expansions and wasting money and realizing I don't want to do the leveling.
I know soon with my paycheck, I 100% want to get back into 14, like hard.
So I'm thinking about it, maybe.
Because all I wanted was to make a samurai, cancel my subscription. Next month they announced Stormblood.
Yep.
Rough.
Big oops.
Still no dual wielding, but you can't have everything.
Well, no, I mean
DPS, dual wield with swords.
Oh, well.
I don't want knives.
Okay.
I don't want like a ninja class.
Okay.
I don't want a class that would make good use of dual wielding in real life.
Okay.
I want totally impractical bullshit.
Right. I think we need a new MMO, man. I think we need like an actual company to come out and really kind of try to like break new ground again. Like I know we keep talking about it, we keep hearing about people trying to do that thing, but I really think that if someone made the leap, if one of these AAA companies made the leap, they could fill a slot that honestly, even though WoW is still technically the most successful fucking MMO on the market right now, still, like it brought back a lot of people for BFA because BFA is fine. It's great if you like WoW.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I don't like that leveling. I think I've been fucking ruined by the fact that 14 is so fast, so zippy.
Yeah,
and with teleportation crystals, like, and all you need to do is pay like a small fee of
like
gil.
20 gil,
Yeah, like Like you just teleport to areas all across the fucking way and
you
dungeon
don't grind
queues.
in 14 unless you're
No,
doing
you
like a harvesting class.
you definitely grind
For
in 14.
levels?
Oh well, no.
I mean levels.
Well,
Obviously, you grind for like other
eye
stuff.
levels, yeah, like the item levels where the fucking grind
Yeah.
is gonna be, and that's actually where me and Cheat were talking about yesterday, wherein like people kept getting burnt out because they had this problem. They had this problem with how 14 approaches grind in general.
Mhm.
And the idea is that you have these myriad number of options, but the less difficult that it is, the grindier it's going to be. So
Yeah.
you can get to the same point that a raider can, but you won't get there as fast as that raider. Like if you're a top level raider and you've been using your gear to level up, like using raids to level up your gear from patch to patch to patch, you will get your gear way quicker than anybody else, but you will have to be thrown through the fucking ringer of like some of the most mechanically intensive fights in MMOs ever.
Okay.
So that's a thing. But people also have tome things where that you can just traditionally grinding through dungeons. You can get your tomes, and your tomes can give you armor pieces and weapon pieces. And then there's another thing that I forget the name of it, but it's like a whole other area where you level up again, like a Palace of the Dead, except this time it's for endgame leveling.
Oh, okay.
And you level up like a new relic weapon. That's how you get your new relic. And that puts you up on an eye level that's comparable to those people as well. But the more and more you go down, and the more you break this stuff down, the grindier it gets when it's just kind of like mindless fucking killing. When it's like, okay, you need 8 people to act in tandem with one another at all times to have like pinpoint accuracy, pinpoint like rotation manipulation. Even the fucking healers are doing damage. Like you have, like that's the kind of like you're gonna get your gear in 10 fucking clears, which, you know, in the grand scheme of things is not very much. But when you're talking about mechanically intensive raids that have clear parties that some people take 72, 4 days, even 72 hours to 4 days, it's like, oof, you know,
that's rough.
it can be rough. Especially considering that the content cycle is so quick. It's like every month there's a new fucking patch that drops.
It's cool, but
it also
it makes catching up really intimidating,
It
especially as someone who never got out of base game.
Oh yeah, dude. Like it's the core concept of that patch cycle is you'll always have something new to do, but the problem is that new thing is always going to put you behind, so you're constantly being forced into the cycle.
Yeah, they get
so
it.
it's an MMO.
Warcraft. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, and then WoW, of course, apparently is also having its fair share of problems with how it's doling out its content and stuff like that. That's a whole nother, like that is a mechanical conversation that even I'm not prepared for, because that's basically people are saying there's this like gear thing that's happening and there's currency around the gear that people are like, okay, this is kind of fucking useless, but you've made the core basis of the whole game behind it.
Yeah.
So now you've made gearing really fucking awful.
There was actually a random episode of Coffee with Clemps, which is Clemps' like podcast where he had a friend on, and like instead of doing the normal sections they just talked about WoW for like 2 hours straight, and I didn't understand a single word they were saying.
Oh yeah.
But I do, some of these things you're talking about are reminding me of that.
Long story short, there are items that are higher item levels that are way better for you, or way worse for you as your class spec than items that are, 20 or 30 levels down. Because of the way that secondary stats work on gear.
Okay.
So, like, basically...
maybe, you know what, I'll save that 15 a month and put it towards
exactly.
something else.
Whereas opposed to... Because, like, the way it works in 14 is best in slot. So it's like, okay, this gear's got higher item level. It's considered best in slot, no matter what. And then I can affix some material to it to make it really best in slot, and then I'm good. But with, like, WoW, it's like, okay... You might get like random reroll. I don't think it is random rolls on certain loot, but like there is in Destiny. But like fucking the rolls that you get for previous gear, it's like this is to make I hit way harder at this level than I do at max level now.
That's so weird.
It's really dumb.
That's something I can't. That's MMO stuff I can't wrap my head around.
Yeah.
You got 10 years of
basically
WoW,
my shirt used to make me real smart in the arcane arts. I got a newer, better shirt, and now I'm dumber.
I went to the Gap.
I went to the Gap.
There was a sale at Gap Kids.
Yo, I got first. I went. It's like fucking taking a Banana Republic shirt and then going to the Ross and trying to get something that's like a knockoff version of it. It's like, sure, it's newer, it's cheaper too, easier to get.
Oh no!
But fuck me, it's not the same.
It's like you get better stats out of like a Journeys or a Payless than you do out of like, oh man, fresh Adidas kicks,
Dude,
but they got 20 less agility.
Dude, this World Ends With You sequel is gonna be great.
Oh my god, maybe they'll put real controls in it this time.
No, apparently they did not.
No, they 100. I mean the next one.
Oh yeah,
that they won't make.
They will definitely.
Because this one probably won't sell, unfortunately.
Anyway. So.
Anything else major?
Well, no, yeah, I came
I'd ask
back.
if you watched anything, but I'm wise. I've wisened up to
So, I didn't watch anything.
Okay.
But I have finally taken the leap.
Okay.
In something that you've told me about on the YouTube.
Okay.
Defunct Land's really good.
Defunct Land is super good. So you did watch something.
Yeah, I watched something. So Defunct Land is I was on a weird place like the other day, and it was like because you know what it was? I was talking to someone about like old Disney rides, and it's like, man, I wonder whatever happened to that alien space extraterrestrial.
Yeah, it's like the first episode.
Yeah,
one of the first ones.
And for those of you who don't know, there was this this ride here in Disney World or Orlando back in like 1997 or 8.
Yeah.
That the core concept was Michael Eisner's a crazy fucking asshole and thinks that everything needs to be like hardcore. So he wanted to create this incredibly terrifying fucking ride for Disney's Tomorrowland, which is like the futuristic section.
Yeah, Magic Kingdom.
And they did it, and they got away with it by like repurposing an older ride that was already there. And it was apparently too fucking scary for some people. But then, like, there's some other shit that happened with, like, one of the actors is a fucking, like, possessed child pornography and all sorts of shit. It's a great fucking, like, episode on a thing that to this day, I still wish I kind of went and saw. Because when you look at the footage, it looks super cool.
Yeah.
Because I've been in the Stitch one when I was younger.
Yes, I did the Stitch one.
Yeah, the Stitch version one was like, this would actually be really cool with like all the scary shit happening because this is totally made for being a scary fucking thing.
Another big shout out to Defunct Land, and with they now have a Defunct TV too.
Yeah.
So they're doing old shows. So if you like old TV shows and the idea of like old amusement park rides, not just necessarily Disney stuff, and a lot of stuff that isn't rides, like entire theme parks, like spin-off locations, stuff like that. Check out Defunct Land on YouTube.
Oh, I know what it was. It was the YouTube hole. It was I saw my recommended for whatever reason because I one of my greatest guilty pleasures in life is top 10 list.
Yikes!
Top 10
I don't
list
think I've
for whatever
ever
reason.
clicked on that list of videos.
So I saw top 10 worst water slides, like water slides you can't ride
you mean
anymore.
those? I thought you meant like the YouTube top 10.
No, well.
Yeah, I've been to your house during parties. I know what goes on.
Number 15. Like I actually genuinely follow that guy. Cuz I have a guilty pleasure.
Yeah,
I like his stupid fucking like
I get it. His stupid fucking everything.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun to see him like spin that like every little thing is like this thing is totally happening. But if you don't believe me, tell me in the chat and the below. And he's constantly streaming it like on his channel live.
Yeah, it's the same. It's
but I got down that hole and I went down and I saw on like the recommended Action Park, which was the water park that had like so many different fucking like injuries.
Action Park.
Yeah. It's the old water park. The Death Zone. The fucking Cannonball Loop where they had to put a trap door at the end of the fucking slide so people couldn't come out of it.
Top 10 most dangerous locations in the world. Number 1.
Oh
Middle America. Action Park.
So that was fun. And I learned a lot. I spent a good portion of that night. Like I was up late watching Defunct Land. I was like, this is good stuff. This is some TV quality shit, man.
And the funny thing about all that is I love videos like that, but I don't think I would ever go on Netflix and look up a documentary. which is weird because it's the same thing.
It's kind of the same thing, yeah.
But I guess because it's changing topics so quickly and my attention span is jack shit,
Yeah.
that might be why. Who knows?
Yeah.
Crazy internet age.
Yeah, long story short, that was it. I came back from my boy's wedding.
Yep.
Shout out to Maverick. That's a story I have to tell you afterwards.
Oh boy.
There's some shit that happened that it was funny for me. Very funny and very weird.
Okay.
That is a personal brother to brother conversation.
Got you.
But I had a good time.
Some dick stuff happened.
We went to Jersey. You know they don't fucking turn left over there?
Like ever?
No, you
They're
have to
all
take
one-ways?
jug handles. So jug handles are basically right turns that they force you into. You have to literally turn into
okay.
it looks like on a map, it's like a jug handle.
Yeah.
So in order to take left turns in fucking Jersey, you have to do that. It's the fucking most frustrating thing. We were late to everything we were doing because nobody knew what the fuck was going on.
Yeah.
Because Jersey's a shit state.
You know, I've heard it. That's like right above Action Park. In worst places you don't want to visit.
Yeah.
Hey, shout out to all our guys in Jersey. You guys are like, I'm sure your room are the good parts.
No, yeah.
And then you open the door.
The four walls that you occupy are fine, but the moment you open into the smog-infested Megas XLR
start
wasteland,
blasting through the door. You
Yeah.
gotta push your way out.
we went to it was Atlantic Beach, so it was like on that little island that's literally Delaware's across the way.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a hotel called, I think, Harrah's, that had literally the whole hotel was decked out in cyberpunk visuals across.
Damn.
Basically all the windows down were just a screen.
That's pretty cool.
I walked in there and it was like I had not seen anything that cool in Vegas.
Yeah.
I had not seen anything that looked like that straight up. It was neon fucking purple, basically like sitting there blasting out advertisements on every Windows screen in the hotel, just going down.
Yeah.
Like it was fucking rad. I was like, yo, this place is cool.
This place is cool. This is the future of New Jersey.
This is the future of New Jersey.
After the cyber apocalypse.
And then we ended up
Detroit and Jersey.
Right, and then the highlight of that was we went to a Boogie Nights, which
that's fun.
Is exactly what it sounds like. It's a 70s to 80s themed bar that had it's a large venue, and you go all the way over there, and it's the light up floor with a giant disco ball.
That's cool.
And it was really fun. It was a really good time. But yeah, that was it. It's 8:51. Holy shit! We went on a lot of tangents there.
We started at like 8:30.
Oh, okay, right,
Yeah,
true.
we did not start at 8.
Oh, all right. Oh, we're good.
No.
Oh, we're good at time. Hey,
Yeah,
fuck you guys.
No, we got time. What the fuck have I been doing?
Oof.
I've been playing a good amount of stuff. Haven't been listening to much. I've started going through the Valhalla soundtrack, which I really want to pick that game up.
Gotta get ready for that sequel.
Yeah.
In 2020.
Oh, what's
Damn.
it called? It's
a really cool name.
Yeah,
too.
it's just as hard to type.
The waifus that they showed were prime waifu material, dude.
I'm gonna look it up.
You
Don't
do
tell
that.
anybody.
You do that while.
But yeah, no, that didn't come up right away. So, yeah, no. Soundtrack's really good. I've been listening to just a couple of songs from different groups here and there.
Mm-hmm.
But one band that I've listened to a pretty exceptional amount of, and that kind of leads into what I've been playing, is Combo
Really?
Christ.
Really? Oh, it's called Nirvana, by the way.
Nirvana, that's
Yeah.
right. Been listening to a lot of Combo Christ because I've been playing, and I've completed DMC Devil May Cry, the definitive edition, and yeah, they fixed it. That game is super fun.
Yeah. I'm of the mindset that even back when I first played it, that game was fun. There was definitely problems with it, but I had a lot of fun with the original time.
Distinctly remembered, 1, the colored weapons being a problem, and 2, it was not fun, the definitive edition, until I turned turbo mode on.
Oh, true.
That game, 20% faster, it's required.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But yeah, no. Had a really good, all the stuff that when the game first came out, I really rubbed me the wrong way.
Mm-hmm.
Now in hindsight, it's yeah, the game is so edgy beyond belief that now it's just kind of cute.
Oh, yeah.
Dante just going fuck you, and then the ancient eldritch god going fuck you, like.
A lot of people have this really big problem with like the fucking quote unquote the word cringe, right? Like the word cringe gets you overused in like so much media.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, this is so cringe, and then it's like, dude, you're really not cringing. You have this immediate response to anything that you find that like what you're not experiencing cringe, you're experiencing cheese. It's not the same fucking thing. Cheesiness does not equate to cringiness. It's not the same fucking thing.
Yeah.
That game can be cringe. There are certainly lines that are super cringe. When Virgil takes the kill shot on the baby in the womb, that's a cringe moment. That's a bit edgy.
It's a bit edgy, but like playing through it again, like I now understand why he did it.
Yeah.
Because originally, like, I guess I didn't give a shit about the story at all.
Yeah.
So I just saw Virgil shoot through a woman's tummy, and I was like, why did Virgil do that? Just out of nowhere. It's like, oh, he was trying to stop the second coming of Mundus. Pretty shitty way of going about it.
But,
But it got the job done.
It did. He was not a good guy, but someone had to do it.
No. But, like, in general, yeah, like, if you cringe at something, you don't enjoy any in of itself, it's your body's response of telling you to get the fuck away from something. I didn't have that once during DMC.
Right.
I was just like, this is stupid. I wouldn't even say cheesy. It's just stupid. But through the whole thing, I was like, no, there are some cute parts, and not, traditionally cute. Just cute and like, wow, I can't believe they really thought this was cool.
Yeah.
Because it's not. It's not cool at all.
And the worst part about it is that everybody still to this day consistently thinks it's Ninja Theory's fault. Yeah. It's not. It's Capcom's fault. Yeah. Capcom 100%. Saturn was like, no, we want you to do this. Yeah. We think this is cool. And everyone's like, okay.
Yeah, and
because you look at what they're doing now, that is not Ninja Theory.
Yeah.
That game is like the farthest thing from what Ninja Theory made. The most that they've done was like they made the art style, which is great. It's got a great art style
of Devil May Cry DMC. The art style of DMC, Big D little MC, is fantastic. It's really
good.
I like Dante's design. Like, I don't hate it.
Mm-hmm.
If they had you can still call it Devil May Cry, DMC. Why did it have to be Dante? Why did it have to be Virgil? Why did it have to be Mundus? Like, if you just changed the names of some of these characters, people wouldn't have gotten nearly as upset. But again, that's if it's a Capcom decision that happened, I'm sure Ninja Theory wanted to just make a Devil May Cry game. Like, of course we want to put Dante and stuff in it. And Capcom might have been like, no, but make Dante like an actual asshole.
Yeah.
But yeah, actually,
which he kind of is in the new footage, by the way.
Yeah,
he kind of is a huge fucking asshole.
No, okay,
he's an aloof asshole now.
But I'm gonna backpedal a bit. There was one part where I'm like, this is like too far. It's at the very end where you beat Virgil and you're walking away, and he's with the girl Serena. I don't remember her name. Cat, right? And she's been like tortured by Mundus for like 2 weeks straight at this point. Yeah. And they're walking away and his hand's on her shoulder. It's like, I'm never going to let anything happen to you again. And right before the credits roll, you see his hand move down to her ass.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is not good.
Yeah, dude.
This is not bad.
Not a good look.
And then immediately during the credits, it cuts to everybody having a good time in the office. I'm like, what? That's kind of a sleazy note to end it on. I don't know who's in the office like, dude, it's going to be so cool. Everyone's going to be like, I want to be Dante.
Tamim.
The sexualist.
Tamim was that guy.
Yeah, it's Tamim. If they just called Dante Tamim, like.
Yeah, I'm not on the fucking hate Dante squad. I straight up think that Dante as his own character is actually fun in a lot of ways because of how stupid edgy he is. Like seeing an edge, it's basically a reimagining of. It's an American reimagining of DMC3 for me. In the same vein that like he was a super edgy teenager in DMC3, super cocky. That's the Japanese interpretation of what that is. What Chunibyo. That's what they call it, right? Like Chuni or whatever. Something that's super
that's the middle school syndrome.
Yeah.
Is what it roughly like
Right, and
translates to.
that's what it feels like for this
Yeah.
one. It's middle school cool, which is like if you're able to turn your brain off, and because you're supposed to with Devil May
Yeah.
Cry. Not to say that Devil May Cry doesn't have like a deep story, it kind of
It
does.
kind of does, but after watching the ending for Devil May Cry 1 again, kind of sucks.
Yeah,
Like Devil May Cry story is bad.
it's not great.
Devil May Cry 4 story is bad. Kyrie sucks. I hate Kyrie.
3 has the best story by
Yeah.
default, just because like it's got stuff going
I
on.
would also like to say that I went to the store with the intention of picking up the HD collection, but they didn't have it.
Really.
So I just bought Devil May Cry instead. But yeah, no, playing as Dante is fun. The angel devil stuff, now that it's not tied to like you have to beat an enemy with like either or,
Yeah.
switching between them on the triggers is super cool, and then just hitting the D-pad to swap weapons in the different like categories. Dante is really fun to play as. I was really excited to play as Virgil. Virgil plays like shit. It's really not fun.
Right.
And you also start to see where the characters kind of fall apart. Because like I think the characters are fine in DMC up until the end, where you realize, okay, Dante has not had a single character developing moment this entire story, and then they defeat Mundus, and Virgil and Dante and Kat are all just standing looking out on an annihilated cityscape, and Virgil's just like, all right, I guess now we rule everything, and Dante is like, what? And Virgil's like, yeah. Yeah, why do you think we did this? And Dante's like, so you want us to just be like Mundus? And Virgil's like, no, we're gonna rule people and kind of let them do their own thing and just help them out. And it's all to get your Virgil fight.
Yeah.
Like, it comes
it's
out of
really
nowhere.
Awkward. It's
But then the whole Virgil's downfall, like Virgil campaign, is like him like, I can't believe my brother betrayed me. I can't believe Kat betrayed me when Kat said like, "Oh, maybe you shouldn't rule over all of humans, including me," and Dante was like, "Hey, maybe we shouldn't replace the demon overlord that was just here."
It's like, brother, you didn't
Yeah.
fucking. There was never a clear-cut moment where you said this was like your intention.
Yeah.
You were
had,
playing.
if you just opened with that, and then like maybe Dante would have softened up to it a little bit,
you were playing
come on.
Greenpeace with a sniper rifle, real fucking like close to the chest the whole time, man.
Yeah.
That was your fucking whole modus operandi, and then all of a sudden you want to be God? Like, come
Yeah.
on, bro.
But the most annoying part is like because Virgil's like chasing and like metaphorically killing, like he kills Kat, he kills Dante, and then he kills Eva, the mom. When he's going after Dante says something that I didn't even recognize, like the game thought was a joke, until Virgil said, "Are you done with your constant quipping?" And I was like, that wasn't really a quip. And that's when I realized like Dante was supposed to be funny throughout like
They thought
like
he
the
was
whole
funny.
game.
They thought he was funny.
And like there was the prom date stuff, and I was like, okay, he's making his quips here and there. Like that was it. I didn't really pick up on him trying to be humorous.
He seemed
But-
more annoyed than anything.
He's just unhappy to be there.
Yeah, doesn't want to. He'd rather just be drunk,
Yeah.
which is like that's an admirable
Yeah, I
trait.
just
That
wanna-
could be a
I
fun.
just-
You know who's a good character that's like that?
Yeah.
Fucking Hank.
Hank.
I think it's his name. Detroit.
Hank just wants to drink.
He just
and
wants
kill
to drink
himself.
and
Ooh. See, he's a character. He has flaws and foibles and development.
Oh boy.
Where Dante just wants to fuck strippers in his camper at the amusement park. Maybe that'll be on the next episode of Defunct Land.
What does he fucking do for a living that he just gets away with that? I wonder.
Runs from demons?
I don't know.
Um,
I don't like because even with Devil May Cry, they set up that like in the trailer they're like, yeah, we're broke. Can we get money though?
It's like a call-in service. Like,
Which
you
is hilarious.
Call up Devil
The
May Cry
idea-
and you say a password, which makes you think like, what if somebody walks in from like on the street and they're like, "Oh, Devil May Cry. What is this establishment?
Yeah.
What do they offer to those people? Like, is somebody a lawyer?
Yeah, like I don't
Dante
understand.
get his bar like
What
past
does
the bar
Morrison
exam?
do all this whole fucking time
I
he's
don't
sitting
know.
there, man? Like,
But to finish on DMC, had a good time going through Bloody Palace with Dante. It still has a lot of the flaws left are just kind of story flaws. Gameplay is really good. Just don't play as Virgil. That's that. Another thing I picked up at the same time as DMC is I picked up Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
That's a weird one.
After hating, well, I traded in Mario Kart 8 because I'm like, I'm not
Yeah,
having it.
no, you're not.
It's like, I need the Switch exclusive. I have not found the Switch exclusive that's like, I am so happy I own a Switch. Like, Mario Odyssey comes close, but like, I really, like, I have no no desire to go back to it and get the rest of the moons or anything like that. So I picked up Xenoblade Chronicles 2 because I love the idea of Xenoblade. Like, the music is always ace. Except when it's not.
Oh my god.
Like in Xenoblade Chronicles X.
I swear to God.
And the idea of like, yep, they just all live on either giant monsters or giant mechs. And it's just societies. Like, Xenoblade is so cool to me. And I've been able to get into this one. Like, a lot of people's like, oh, the story sucks. It's like, yeah, it's not great. I like Rex, the main character, and I like Nia, who's the cat girl, because, like, come on, dude.
The voice casting for them is so weird. Shulk and Ryan and everybody in the first one, it fit. Like,
See,
they fit their body types, and Rex and Nina do not have voices that fit their body types at all. Especially considering the fact that they made this tiny boy technically the love interest of that fucking big-titted monstrosity that is that beautiful redhead goddess.
So Rex's voice is like a little too deep for his like body type and his height.
Yeah.
And people call him kid, and then he responds with deeper voices than them sometimes.
Yeah, like it's
like
fucking weird, dude.
And I am playing with English because that's normally how I play RPGs. If I'm gonna listen to it and have to hear battle barks and like stuff like that, I want to just be able to understand it.
Right.
Nia's got a cute Welsh accent though. Again, can't stress enough. Really like Nia. Right
up Max's alley.
Yeah, short silver hair.
Yep,
like, come on.
Exactly.
I'm
glad that on this little thing that we do, we have a varied taste in our waifus.
Yeah.
We can't just have the same waifus.
Thing is, like, I'm at the point where if I were to do a tier list for like waifus, I wouldn't even I would do it based on attributes.
Really?
It's like what is the hair tier list?
Oof.
And you go down the line. It's like hair color, eye color, and you go down, and then you take the top from each one, you put them together, and that would be the best waifu, right?
And then what trumps it is she tan though?
Is she tan?
Is she brown? Is she a brown bitty waifu?
Can she teleport?
Oof.
These are the questions.
She got them thighs.
But all in all, like, the story's not. I wouldn't say the story's bad. I would just say it's not anything too crazy. But, like, I don't play a lot of JRPGs, so it's enjoyable for me still. Pyra's really distracting. Like, I thought it wouldn't be a problem. That design is really distracting. To the point where sometimes I feel like I'm playing a hentai game.
Yeah, it's very the dip with the fucking the actual like proto thong that she's got on. It's very strange.
Yeah, and it's like
super good for me.
Yeah, it's like Rex's design. You know, he's a diver. I get it now. I'm fine with his design. But Pyra is like, it's kind of ridiculous. And already knowing what blades are down the line that you can unlock and like use, it's like that. I get why people look at this game and go like, no, I can't get into this one, because like it's actually very distracting.
Yeah.
And I almost think like all the sensors they made to it, like the skin tight bodysuit, like it almost made it worse. Like it's real, because her original design had a lot more skin showing. But like now, I don't know.
Yeah, no, you can see it. I'm looking it up right now. You can totally see it in the fact that, like, just this one shot of her looking down in the game, fucking titward. Yeah. Like, you know, like, she's got unbelievably huge tits. Yeah. And it's really, like, it offsets the whole fucking, like, art style. And her back curves in a way that's like not unnatural, but it's like Instagram model like of the
Are you
anime
talking about the 2D
world.
art?
Well, no, like in game
model.
Like in game, you can see like it has that fucking.
She looks like she's
got
pain.
The booty pop.
She's got a lot of She must have a horrible back pain. I feel bad for her. And that's not even to say I don't like. I
Oh
hate
my
character-
god! Real quick, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I've calculated Pyra's BWH measurement to be.
God fucking damn it.
Oh,
That's not
fucking
even to say
Google.
like I find characters like that normally distracting. It's just something about this game, like the run cycle, everything just screams like just her budget H game. I keep trying to get past it, but like it doesn't help that she's not a super interesting character. It's like anytime she's talking, anytime Nia's not on the screen, I'm just asking where's Nia? But other than that, I can finally get in. Like, I understand the combat, and I respect it a lot more. Couldn't hash it out in Xenoblade Chronicles 1. Hated X. This one, I'm fine with it. I can handle it.
Oh, X is a fucking miserable version of that combat system.
Yeah, because it's all, like, ranged weapons, like, I think?
No,
I only was at the point where there were guns.
What it is that, unfortunately, the way that the original Xenoblade works is that combat system is very positional.
Yeah.
So what happens is
and
that
this one is too.
right, and what happens is that you can switch between characters during certain things. So it's very much about like the like being in sync with the rest of your party members and creating almost like builds.
Yeah.
With certain party members, and they all do different things, and that's what made that combat system so much fucking cooler. Was Dunban for sure is a weird tank. He's an agility tank.
Okay.
So if you strip Dunban down to his skivvies and that's it, he can tank for your squad by pure virtue of you loaded him up with nothing but like skimpy fucking outfits that show his like chest and everything.
Yeah.
But he hits really fucking hard and nothing can hit him back.
That's pretty cool.
And then like with Ricky, it's like he's got really unique things that are going on with him, and then Melina, like later on too. It's like everyone has really unique attributes to that combat that makes the system. It builds the system. So anyone who like uses specifically just Shulk, you're not gonna have a good time.
See, this game, you can pick your main character, like who you want to control. There's no party member switching in combat yet.
Right.
But what'll happen is anytime you can like combo moves off of each other, you'll get button inputs.
Yeah.
So you'll have like, because it's parties of 3, you'll have one character on the left, one character on the right, and say you build up your combo meter enough for, I forget what the actual term is. Use it. Okay, now they're on fire.
Right.
All right. Nia has water moves. So if she has her trust to level 2, because now it goes 1, 2, 3, and then 3 is usually your ender.
Right.
She has level 2, then that has a very specific follow-up to the fire status effect. And then when she does that, now it's like steam. Now fire has a specific follow-up to that, as well as another element that I just don't have yet. And then once you do the finisher, that also like locks them out of one of the either buffs, debuffs, like status things that the enemy can cause. But it also means that they are less vulnerable to that exact combo again.
Right.
So you're constantly mixing up how you're like combining your special moves and stuff amongst party members. And while there isn't like anybody as interesting as Dunban like being an agility tank yet, there is Poppy, who is a blade for the little, I forget what the race is called, but she is, because she's an artificial blade, it means she's 100% customizable down to like roll. So there is an agility tank roll for her where you can just boost like agility 100%. You can pick her element and a secondary element, I think, and you just customize her in a completely different menu, completely different system mechanics to that one character. That's really cool. I'm really enjoying the game.
Really?
Here are things I'm not enjoying.
Oh, boy.
I'm not enjoying. Okay. I had this whole section thought out last night. It has changed a little bit. I wasn't enjoying the fact that it was a Switch game. I want to play this game 1080p, 4K, just looking nice. Because all day yesterday, or day before yesterday is when I started it, I just played in console mode. So on the TV. And like the game, in order to keep its 30 FPS performance stable, it has adaptive resolution.
Oh, so it just looks worse at a lot of parts.
Way, like, noticeably way worse.
Wow.
Where the whole screen gets muddy. And it's like, there are these beautiful open worlds And it's like, I want to just see it in all its glory. I'm really upset that this is kind of stuck to this console. Until I got home last night with no power in my apartment, realizing my Switch was on the charger all day, and I managed to play it in handheld mode for like 4 hours with no charge. And I was like, all right, this is why I own a Switch.
Yeah.
This is the selling point. I don't know if the trade-off is big enough for that, because again, I'm still just playing it like in my apartment. Like, I don't take my Switch anywhere.
Yeah.
But in this one specific use case, it was cool.
It's really good. It's like every other handheld system, man.
Yeah.
It's really good right now if you do a lot of traveling. If you're a commuter that, like,
Yeah.
you use the BART train, you got, like, an hour-long fucking commute, might as well bring your fucking Switch, because Lord knows you're going to want to keep your mobile phone fucking, like, charged and ready to go.
Yeah.
So you might as well just bring your, like, or like when at the wedding, we're sitting there waiting for the shuttle to come by, and one of the bridal party pulls out their Switch and they start playing because they're just like,
Yeah.
we got nothing better to do. So
Yeah. The trade-off, the weird balancing act it does is, like, the Switch provides absolutely fantastic games for a handheld. Fantastic, cannot be beaten, has never been topped. Like, you can play Xenoblade anywhere, and it looks amazing in handheld mode. But when you plug it into the TV, you're kind of just, it's like hooking your PSP up to the TV.
yeah, it's
sometimes.
it's the fucking, what do they call it? The PS Vita thing. Yeah. It's a PS TV.
Yeah.
It's a fucking glorified PS TV.
So like honestly, I would, if they released like a RAM expansion pack like they did for the Nintendo 64, or like if there was a new Switch, like release a new dock, because the dock's completely separate, that just adds a little more processing power, just so it can, like, I'm not asking for 4K even, just consistent 1080p or consistent frame rate. Because, like, it sucks. Because, like, I downloaded the Kirby demo, and that thing runs at sub 30 720p in docked mode. Now, I don't know if the main game does it or just the demo, because I've seen game footage, and it doesn't run like that. But even still, that's a terrible first impression.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, yeah, no, Xenoblade, I'll deal with the weird resolution stuff, because on the off chance I need it handheld, I can. The other thing that sucks is, like, signposting is bad. Like, enemy levels are all, it's like Xenoblade Chronicles X, and I don't know if it's like this in 1. I imagine it is. But, like,
it's not as bad in 1.
Okay.
There are certainly, like, enemies that you should not fight in 1. But
yeah,
it doesn't put you in a point where you're like, I have to come back here. Yeah, I think 1's pacing is very good.
It's not even a matter of, like, I have to come back here. It's like, this is your open world, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're trying to just get from point A to point B. It's like, okay, level 6, level 8, level 10, level 75,
yeah.
level 36. Like, it's all over the place, and it makes for, like, a really, like, that's, I guess, how nature would be. But when you're trying to find places in this game, in the open world, like, I just got done spending an hour just wandering.
Right.
Because, one, all you have is a compass, and it's an oval. So, like, it doesn't, like, perfectly track where you're supposed to be heading, and it won't guide you to the path you need to go on. So say you need to, like, go down and to the right and then go around the open world. Like, it won't say that. It'll just give you the straight path and just say, oh, you should have gone down at some point.
Yeah, no, that's
with no marker on the map.
I think the problem that people have, which, like, they consistently talk about this issue with not being able to, quote unquote, discover the world as it is. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with, like, looking for certain things.
Yeah.
When you have these expansive fucking worlds, I mean, you're talking, like, huge, miles upon miles of fucking open land. You're gonna sit there and tell me, yeah, no, I'd love to fucking roam around. Like, Shadow of the Colossus, that was the biggest problem for me. Was just fucking swath of land.
Yeah.
And the only thing you've got is that little fucking the sword compass, essentially. It's like, go where the light leads you. It's like, this is all really pretty. It's definitely an incredibly pretty experience. I'm not having fun navigating this world.
Yeah.
100%. It should always be about how much fun you're having navigating and exploring the world,
It's like, hey,
more
guess
so
what?
than the concept of creating a large open world.
And it's like, and it's not even that it's that big, but it's like, I explored every single corner of that map. It's all very pretty. Had a good time finding some places. But the entire time, the only goal I had was just find the next story quest.
You know what's a good game that totally deals with travel in a way that makes it so you absolutely want to keep doing it? Boy, I hope you don't think you know where I'm fucking going with this one, because...
Yeah, but New York City's a grid system.
Right, but every single time that it said it's 3,000 meters in the opposite direction, I said, I can make that.
Yeah.
It wasn't never. There was a fast travel system, and I laughed. I was like, "Why?"
Did you use it at all though?
Once.
Because the little loading scenes you get.
Oh yeah, no,
it's like what Deus Ex tried to do, I guess, where Adam Jensen's on the train, everyone just kind of looks at him funny, but like way better.
Oh yeah, no, it's pretty great.
No, but that whole game is movement. Like, the entire game.
Yeah.
Xenoblade's game is not movement.
Right, but
I wouldn't even say it's combat. I don't really know what the game is.
It's a JRPG, man.
It's a JRPG. Enjoying Xenoblade. As far as watching, I started watching Harakana Receive. It's the volleyball show with the tits. It's good.
Yeah,
it's good beyond that, which is nice. Like, it's actually got cinematography. Harakana Receive is what it's called.
Thank you.
It's good beyond the ecchi. It's actually looks very pretty outside of the girls, which is cool. And the other thing I'm talking about, I watched, which leads right into our first topic of the night, which is something you don't know about.
The blonde one with the glasses is certainly hitting it on all fucking cylinders for me.
Oh, yeah, the Americans.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forget what her name is, but oh no, I started watching Ultimate Beastmaster on Netflix again.
Okay, why?
Have you seen it?
No.
Okay. Ultimate Beastmaster is like American Ninja Warrior, but like actual tests of strength.
Oh.
And it's like produced
I thought
by
we were talking about like Beastmaster, like the fucking old cartoon.
like the No, that's Beast Wars.
No, there's a fucking old cartoon called Beastmaster, and I was like, okay, but why?
Oh, okay, no. Ultimate Beastmaster is produced by Sylvester Stallone, and it is your obstacle course testing everybody's strength, and I don't know, it's something to put on in the background while you do other things.
I would love a book to be co-narrated by Sylvester Stallone and 50 Cent.
Damn. Wow. But no.
The way I think about it, because like, how's that show go? It's like, oh, the big measure.
Which one was that?
God damn it.
Oh boy. Okay, last one so we can get to the news. I've been watching the Super Best Friends playthrough of Tales of the Borderlands, making me really actually want to go pick up that game, and I've actually reinstalled Borderlands 2. I know the writing is going to be awful in comparison, but like Tales from the Borderlands is definitely Telltale's best effort.
Really?
Like story. It's hilarious. Like, it's really good. Which is why our first news story of the night is so upsetting.
Okay, so you're gonna have to regale me with this. Oh yeah, here we go. Hard cut. News.
Telltale is bankrupt.
Oh fuck.
They are closing their doors.
Whoa.
They have laid off everybody but 25 people,
Jesus.
and that's just so they can finish the current season of The Walking Dead.
Maybe don't do 16 different fucking projects at once, Telltale.
But I mean, like, they had like a Stranger Things game coming up, so it's so weird to think that, like,
how are they bankrupt?
Because apparently every game that wasn't The Walking Dead Season 1 has been a financial failure for them.
Holy shit.
Like, not a single one.
Well, yeah, because, well, okay, here's the problem, right? We've always had this fucking conversation about Telltale. First and foremost, the formula doesn't change.
No.
It does not
Never.
change. They don't... you get a Telltale game, you know exactly what you're in for. And if you're not already a fan of the property, you're not really going to give a shit.
Yeah.
And consistently, like, The Walking Dead, for all the shit that we talk about it, The normies eat that shit up like
Love it.
hotcakes. They still love it. They talk shit about it endlessly to the rest of their fucking days.
But I would
But
even
goddamn it, Daryl's still alive, so fuck me if they're not gonna keep
Yeah.
fucking eating that shit up.
But I would even say when season 1 of The Walking Dead came out, like the game,
Right.
like the show wasn't. I don't even think the show was out yet.
No, the
was
show
it?
was definitely in full swing. It was at
was?
least season 3 or 4.
Oh shit.
Remember, the show is old as fuck. The show is very old. Like 2009, 2010.
I feel like that's
It's-
when
it's-
season 1 of The Walking. No,
I don't.
there's no
I
way.
I don't know. It's definitely like in near. Like it's near.
Season 1,
Oh,
because I
it's just
remember.
anime girls on my screen.
Because
Hold
I
on.
remember when I got my Vita, the packaged game was season 1 of The Walking Dead.
All right, we'll look this up. You keep telling.
But yeah, no, really. Even though like I guess that's part of the problem is like I don't think I've ever owned a Telltale. Like I have the old Steam bundle that has like the Sam and Max game they made and like a couple of the games they made before The Walking Dead. And then I think I have season 1 of The Walking Dead on Steam.
Right.
But every single Telltale game that I have consumed has been through the best friends.
October 31st, 2010.
2010.
2010.
Oh, that's pretty early.
That's about 8 years old. That's almost a full
Shit.
decade.
So that means they haven't had a hit in a little close to a decade.
Yeah, and
Which
it's
sucks. And then I guess that's a part of the problem is like I don't know. I don't know why I would go out and buy one of these games when like one they release piecemeal, which I hate. I hate that so much.
right.
And two, it's like I can watch a playthrough and get the same experience. And this is like one of those cases where it's like I'm not saying YouTube's killing gaming or detracting from sales, but
Right, but so how is Don't Nod making money? Right? How is Life is Strange making money hand over fist? How is that happening? You want to know why that's
Because
happening?
it's
Because they're not
different.
taking
Yeah.
on as many fucking
no,
projects.
they're working on one project at a time.
Yeah, Telltale absolutely really did not understand. Like, they, whatever the fucking top brass was thinking of having all, I mean, because first of all, you got to think about the amount of money that comes from licensing already.
Yeah.
The amount of, like, just sheer fucking royalties you have to keep up with. And having them release a new Telltale experience almost every fucking year, all of which have separate seasons and separate storylines with separate writers. Everyone's doing that.
Yeah.
You're running everything very thin on the same engine that you've been using since 2011. You are already setting yourself up for failure right
I think
fucking
they started
there.
using a new engine
At the tail
season
end.
3
And you know how
of
much
Walking Dead.
money
Yeah.
fucking it costs to create an engine?
A lot.
A lot.
It's almost like you could have just used Unreal like everybody else.
It's almost like
There'd be less bugs.
you could have just not. And that's one of the biggest problems with Telltale is that everyone you hear them and you kind of there's either one reaction, there's a groan, or is it The Walking Dead and then immediately followed with a groan.
Yeah.
Because they're not terrible writers, but they stretch themselves so fucking thin
Yeah.
over so long. Of course this is going to happen. Of course, this was absolutely a top brass decision that bit them in the ass, and it's a shame. But at the same time, that's a lot of fucking narrative expertise that's just going for free right now. It's
Yeah.
a lot of people that AAA development can eat up.
Yeah.
So hopefully those people find jobs as fast as humanly possible.
So guys, this one goes out to Telltale. Probably could have done one of those for the theme of the podcast. I'm now realizing.
Yeah.
But again, this happened like maybe a couple hours ago.
Yeah,
The
like
news
I just heard
article
about it
came
from
out.
you.
Yeah. So hey, if you guys are looking for some Telltale games, Walking Dead Season 1 of The Walking Dead, Tales from the Borderlands, from what I've seen so far, is absolutely fantastic. And no one liked the Batman one, but I thought it was pretty good, actually. They do a lot of interesting stuff with Bruce Wayne, and like Season 2 is almost entirely about Bruce Wayne. Maybe that's why people hate it.
Yeah.
But the stuff they do with Bruce Wayne is super cool.
Oh,
So-
the Wolf one too.
Wolf Among Us.
Wolf Among Us is really good.
The unfortunate thing being there will be no Season 2 of The Wolf Among Us. That's canceled, and the Stranger Things obviously canceled.
Yeah. It's just too much.
Yeah.
It's just too fucking much.
And,
Like licensing is that's why you look at like Alan Wake and all these games that you can't fucking buy anymore. licensing costs way too much fucking money right now, dude.
Yeah, it was too much licensing and not enough partnering.
Yeah, abso-fucking-lutely.
Like,
Absolutely.
because the Stranger Things one, I believe, was a partnership, but like,
Which Netflix can still totally fucking do. Like,
Yeah.
if they want to,
If
they
they
can
wanted
take the
to
dregs
continue
of that
funding it,
fucking studio.
but that's the thing, is I guess it just wasn't top priority. But it's weird to think, like, yeah, no, Telltale has worked on so many projects in the last 10 years. Like, do you guys remember the Guardians of the Galaxy Telltale game? Do you remember the Game of Thrones Telltale game?
It exists.
Yeah. So, hope those guys find work. To the 25 remaining of the skeleton crew, keep on keeping on.
Hope the rest of you guys, like we just said, find.
Maybe that last season will be so kick-ass it just blows the fuck up.
Who knows, man? Like, I just don't think
Yeah.
that. Like, I think that they burned everybody out way too quickly.
But I think there's still a talented group and they'll find work. That's all. Like,
Yeah.
they can do it. So TGS, I guess now is in full swing. But we
Yeah,
have
it's in the
news
middle of it.
all the way from like 2 or 3 weeks ago when PlayStation did their pre-GS show.
Yo, Project Judge Eyes, motherfucker.
All right. We gotta okay. So we're okay. What stood out to you from that?
First of
because we
all,
don't need to talk about everything.
Project Judge Eyes looks really cool.
Project Judge Eyes looks very cool. I haven't seen the gameplay trailer yet.
Oh, you haven't?
No,
you haven't?
I only saw what was during that conference.
Okay,
I haven't
so it's
seen anything
Yakuza.
else. I've imagined it's just
Okay,
Yakuza.
so but
right down to being in Kamurocho.
right, but the combat uses the environment more so than I'd say.
I think I saw a skateboard, but I'm not sure.
Well, he's very agile. He's way more agile than Kiryu.
Okay.
So it's like Majima, where you're doing wall runs and using that to fucking throw
That's
people
pretty
around.
cool.
So
Really excited for my detective lawyer drama.
Dude, I'm so fucking pumped.
Yeah,
like,
I'm pretty excited.
like, you know what the thing that makes me so pumped about it is? I don't have the baggage of 6 other fucking games.
No.
This is gonna be an experience I can jump right in and
Until
be like,
it
yeah.
releases in America as Yakuza : Judge Eyes.
Judge Eyes, yeah.
Shinigami, no, whatever.
So you gotta watch that gameplay trailer. It's super
Okay,
cool.
I'll just download the demo.
The guy who's in charge of that. Oh, is the demo out?
Japan. Yeah.
Oh, cool. Fuck, I didn't know that.
They released it that night.
Amazing. Because yeah, it's coming out this. I love too that
End
TGS
of
has
this-
essentially become a Western fucking focus thing too.
Yeah, they're like,
Yeah, by the way, you guys in the West are getting it too.
yeah,
Woo!
next year, you know. A little bit of time, but that's okay.
Hey, we now live in a day and age in which not only was fucking I can't even remember the name of the other Bamco, the Dark Souls anime, Code Vein.
Code Vein.
Code Vein is not getting released this year, but God Eater 3 is getting released this year in Japan.
Did I look away during the end of that trailer?
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's right. I did realize.
You did. It's
because
December.
Because I totally forgot. I was going to text you and go, are we going to wait?
No, we're not. We're importing that game.
I guess that's that.
We're
then.
doing that and so that when the fucking North American version comes out, we don't have to worry about what to do.
You're right.
So,
yeah. Fucking God Eater still looks fantastic.
looks amazing.
You know, it looks really fantastic and wasn't a huge surprise, but like now that I see it and it's real, Samurai Showdown's back.
Dude, that's fucking crazy.
Yeah, it looks like Street Fighter 4 but way better, and it fits Samurai Showdown way more. And
It's gory.
God, I can't wait.
Fucking-
Nakaruru, just
I'm sorry. And just blood squirting all over
it's
her.
just
Like,
oh,
holy
it's in
shit.
my eyes. Oh God. Oh.
So good.
And then you got Doggy Puppet. I forget what it's called, but the dog. You got the little guy, the guy with the dog.
Oh, yeah. Dog.
Yeah, there was some key art released with more characters in it that will more likely be in there. Very excited about Samurai Showdown. I've played a alright amount of 5 and some of like 2.
Right.
Not a huge. Haven't played a lot of Samurai Showdown, but like I play Haomaru and CVS 2. That means I'm a fan.
Listen, man. We're there. Okay. We got
we
Fighting Game EX Slayer. Samurai Showdown's coming out. It's a weird time to be a fighting game guy now.
It's just rival schools now. It's the only one I still care about that hasn't seen
We'll
one.
see. Capcom is really turning on their A game. Like, Capcom's coming back with a vengeance, dude. Like,
Yeah.
this is
Like, hey,
this is
for
the
any-
most I've ever seen Capcom really turn it up and be like, all right, guys, it's time to be Capcom
Yeah,
again.
we still can't say that about their fighting game division yet, but if you're like Event Hubs and think this is new news, it's not. It's about 8 months old, but the person who is heading up Monster Hunter is now also in charge of the fighting game division.
Right.
That's not new news. But if you're Event Hubs, brand new. Like last week. Yeah, just post it. Why not? It was a slow news week.
So, but which is great, because that guy, I mean, you need that kind of, like, leadership.
Yeah.
That guy, that's one of the main reasons why World is so successful.
It's like,
It's
yeah.
because he has that kind of forward-thinking mentality. I think the idea of letting the getting away from the traditional Japanese hierarchy that has been really holding a lot of people back, and letting the younger kids finally get their fucking hold, like people who understand gaming right now
Yeah.
and where it's going, let those fucking people do their job, and you will find, I mean, fuck, like, Capcom is still sitting there going, we had no idea the PC version was going to be this fucking successful. We're still selling copies.
Yeah. Notice how that
Monster Hunter World is still selling copies.
Notice how every time they try something new, and it's things people want, and then it's a big success, they're always surprised. Like, huh?
Did you see that DMC5 is the number 3 top selling game on Steam right now?
Yeah, because it looks incredible. Like, it's Tsuno, he's been there for a while. He can stay.
Yeah, no.
He's doing work.
I wonder what Takeuchi is doing.
We'll talk about DMC later.
Jun
but-
Takeuchi, I wonder where he went. Jun Takeuchi was a good guy too.
What else from TGS though? Major things. There's one thing, but this is more about the direct, because also a direct has happened since the last podcast.
So Isabel's a fucking fighter now.
Isabel's a fucking fighter. But before that, Left Alive looks really cool.
I didn't see any. Oh,
There's the cinematic trailer.
cinematic trailer looked fine.
Yeah.
I want to see gameplay.
I want to know I want to know what the video game is.
Yeah.
And we've also had 2 Kingdom Hearts trailers.
Oh yeah.
Finally giving my boy Roxas some love.
Yeah,
Roxas
that trailer went to spoiler territory.
That trailer spoils so much that I will not watch any other Kingdom Hearts trailers.
Yeah,
because
that was.
I saw that. I'm like, okay, everyone is here,
Yeah.
and then it even spoils things where it's like, oh my God, Riku turned evil. No, but the thing that's actually spoiling is pretty huge.
Yeah.
Do you know what it is, or are you just saying yeah?
No, I
Okay, I was curious. But no, Kingdom Hearts still looks fantastic. Big Hero 6 World looks amazing. The game looks incredible. I don't think there was anything else major from that TGS, but for the direct,
the Final Fantasy 15 fucking thing happened that we haven't looked into. I was just looking at that.
what?
Yeah, there was a whole fucking thing they did. Tabata came on and just talked about 15.
Yeah, it's like we're almost done with the game, guys.
He actually said Ignis was supposed to be the finale, but the way things panned out, I think we're just gonna keep going with it for now.
Yep. Enjoy your Royal Edition, everybody.
Yeah. So
Please tune in to the Royal Edition.
I don't know if there's any news on like the DLC, but there's certainly stuff to take away from that. A lot of interesting, from what I saw, like skimming through it, a lot of interesting stuff about the development of it, which is actually, if there's a story I want to learn about, it's where the fuck did that game go?
Yeah, Defunct Games should really do an episode.
Ooh, yeah! We need to corner that market!
Yeah. If there were any, if there was any game that I really would like to see, like 10-2, whatever, 13-2 and 13-3, whatever,
Yeah.
I'd buy a 15-2 just because of
Absolutely.
how much I like that world
Mm-hmm.
and how criminally under exposed it is, or how not fleshed out it is. Because there's something super cool there where it does modern fantasy so much better than like a lot of, I think, Final Fantasy's other attempts.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm down with more 15 content. I just, at this point, just kind of make a new game, maybe.
There's definitely some news in the pipeline. I haven't seen the full trailer, but Square Enix is looking for a lot of people working within a futuristic action setting. like super hard, like hard sci-fi from what I saw in
Oh.
the trailer.
Hmm.
They released like they did with the what was that? It was a graphics demo, graphics showcase that they had a while
Yeah.
back.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
I think so.
They released the same thing and said, "Hey, we want you guys to work on something that's like this."
Oh,
So
I'm gonna have to look
they're
that
it looks
check
like
that out.
it looks beautiful, like Agnes philosophy. That's what it was called.
Yes.
It's
Okay.
it's like an Agnes philosophy for future.
But there's a
setting.
new one.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
like
okay.
like completely new characters, completely
Yeah.
new world. I was like,
Oh.
I'm down with this. All right, let's see what you guys got. Which hopefully that might be the new game that they're working on.
That'd be cool. I'd be
'Cause-
down for new thing though.
Yeah.
New thing.
Well, that Tabata and that crew has said for sure, like all the news, all the stuff that we're learning, like from this game from 15, is being brought onto the new game.
Okay.
So
that's good.
like
15
that'd be
with
cool
a
as
little
shit.
bit more tweaking. I think even gameplay wise, I think 15 is really cool. It just needs a lot of tweaks, but they're just tweaks. So you could really turn that into something. Also, other Kingdom Hearts news. That song we've been hearing, that's the ending theme. There's a different opening theme. I forget what it's
Wow.
called. Do you want to know who's working on it?
Who?
Skrillex. My man's working with Utada. Like, they're making the opening theme for Kingdom Hearts 3. What's his real name? I may be wrong.
Sonny Moore.
No, maybe it's not him then.
Who's the guy?
I saw the name John
John
or
Oh, that's-
Johnny, something. But all right, that may be fake news. But what isn't fake news is that the theme we've been hearing so far is the ending theme, and there is a different opening theme.
Johnny Vicious.
I don't know who that is.
I don't know who that is
All
either.
right, I totally may have just
Made a big conk.
big conk.
Big conk.
Other new song, which is good because while I really like this song, that I can't remember the name of, which is probably bad for the song, it's not quite the action-packed, upbeat opening that I want, but it's a great ending theme.
Yeah.
That's it for Kingdom Hearts. But if we want to talk more Final Fantasy, what happened during the Direct? Are you excited to play Final Fantasy 7, 9, 10, 10-2, 12, Crystal Chronicles, and World of Final Fantasy on your Nintendo Switch? That's a lot of games. It's all the important ones. We didn't forget any of them. They're all here on the Nintendo Switch. All of them. 7, 9, 10, 10-2, Crystal Chronicles, World of Final Fantasy 12, Zodiac Age. They're all here. Especially all those ones that came out on the PlayStation 1. Especially all the best-selling ones from the PlayStation 1.
So 8's not good.
8's not good. I'm not confused.
8's not good at all.
I'm not confused, but it's hilarious how many Final Fantasy games got ported and not 8.
Yeah, because 8's not good.
Yeah, 8's bad.
Yeah, 8's really fucking bad.
8, not only is 8 bad, but they probably don't have the source material to remake it.
Yeah, anyone, I love you all in chat. Anyone who says that 8 is good, you're dumb.
Because apparently I have it on Steam. I've never actually booted it. Apparently, while the Final Fantasy 7 that's on Steam is the new Steam version, the Final Fantasy 8 one is the same one from like early 2000 or like 1990. Like, hasn't been updated at all. Still has tons of fucking issues.
Yep. It barely runs on newer systems because of it. It's one of the weirdest, like this. It's the one that Ubisoft did, or no, Eidos Montreal did those fucking ports.
That's why they're not called.
I remember there was back in the day. They had these huge fuck off PC boxes, and my fucking copy of Final Fantasy VII on the PC. That was the first time I ever played FF7. It was on the PC.
Yeah.
And it had a huge fuck off box with at least like 4 or 5 discs full of stuff to install, and the install window was just that pure fucking gray with the aquamarine background with Vincent kind of looking at you like perched
Vincent,
on the top.
Weird choice.
Yeah.
Considering most people probably didn't see him.
And you know how you walked? Not with the fucking arrow keys, not with WASD, with the numpad.
Ooh,
so
future.
8, 4, 6, and 2
Wow.
were the up and down, left and right.
Yeah, and the
Which
Final
is
Fantasy
weird.
8 port is still worse.
It's still worse, yeah.
So I really wanted to play World of Final Fantasy for some reason. And not just because Einhander is a party member, and that's super fucking cool to me. So, hey, you know, Switch game, why not? Probably released at $30.
Maybe when I wasn't, I forget what was coming out that I bought that, and I was like, I'll play this some other time.
Yeah.
And I just bought it. I think I bought it up on a whim, and I was like, yeah, no, I'm not feeling it. I'm not really in the mood for this cutesy fucking adventure. Like, it's way too cutesy for me. Like, it's...
That's a game I would play handheld, like, while I watch
Oh,
stuff,
yeah, for
just
sure.
to
That's why
have-
the Vita version makes sense.
Yeah. And
Which, by the way, that's dead.
It never came out here, did it?
No. Like, you didn't hear about that?
No, the Vita's dead?
2019.
Oh, yeah, the Vita's dead.
Vita's dead.
Yeah, guys, I don't know if you knew this, but the Vita has kind of had a bit of a rough period these last couple of 10 years.
Right, but
This last couple of release.
Right, but it's still like, you hear about it, and you're like, man, end
Man,
of an era.
end of an era. Mine's right there charging. Right on the side of my desk.
I see it.
It's been there for like 4 months. It hasn't been turned on. It's just been charging. It's waiting to get shipped off to Austin.
I bought Freedom Wars and played it for an hour.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
Why did you buy Freedom Wars?
Because it wasn't working on your account.
What? Why didn't you just tell me to ask me to fix it?
Too late.
All right, well,
Yeah. Because I was like, well, maybe we can just play together. And I just didn't have the... Once I got the controls in my hand, I was like, this needs updating.
Yeah. And it finally did.
And it wasn't great.
It was all right.
So...
You know, whatever.
Oh, you mean...
Yeah.
You fucking piece of shit.
Well... It's the same game, but better.
I want to throw this fucking water bottle directly at your
You
head.
can be upset that I'm right.
No, you're
But
not.
you have to at least accept that I'm right.
No.
It's the same game, but better.
No. Oof. You fucker.
You can hate the IP, but mechanically, it's the same game, but better. I played a lot of Freedom Wars, and I can guarantee I played more Fatal Bullet than you. And I love Freedom Wars.
Can we talk about a good game, please?
Smash was good until they put the dog in it. No, Isabel's fine. Just, you know, not getting my F-Zero rep, I guess. Not getting my F-Zero.
I really,
ever.
really appreciate the fact that there are so many fucking comics and stuff coming out about how Isabel is just absolutely like, she understands that nobody likes her, but she's working really hard to make it so that
Yeah.
everyone's okay. Did you see the one where it's like earlier today? It's like, Sakura, I know you took a really big chance, like putting me in. So here's what I did, and it's her like literally like patching the game and like doing all this, like rounding up all the dogs and shit like that. And she's like, I just want to let you know you've been working really hard. I think you need to take a break. And Sakurai just starts crying.
No,
And you're like,
I'm fine. I haven't played an Animal Crossing since the first one. I'm fine with Isabel. That's whatever. I get she's a big character. And it came alongside an announcement for Animal Crossing, which is great. The Switch, fantastic console for an Animal Crossing.
yeah, it's weird that it's taken this fucking long, honestly.
Yeah, it's also weird that Luigi's Mansion now has a third game coming out. But fuck Max, right? Why it's a futuristic racer? You know, 3,000 miles per hour with 30 other dudes on one track. You know, loop-de-loops. Who the fuck would play that?
F-Zero didn't make money, buddy. Neither did Wipeout.
Yeah, well, Wipeout sucks. Wipeout is bad.
And F-Zero GX, a lot of people didn't like.
F-Zero GX is fantastic.
Oh, no, you're right. But it didn't make money.
Yeah, well, guess what? Now's the time. Now's the time. Try
Now's
it
the
again.
time. Bring it back.
I don't want Fast Racing Neo or Fast RMX. I don't care. I don't want that.
Just
I
get
don't
it
want
away.
my dumb superhero bounty hunters racing for no reason. But yeah, nothing else really stood out to me from that direct. Katamari getting a port is cool.
They're doing some. I didn't like see the names of them, but like a lot of their VR content for the PS4.
Yeah.
Like there's some pretty cool stuff coming out for that. Like it looks like video games.
Oh, neat.
There's one called Kill X that I was like, this is really interesting. I'm about it.
Mm.
So I'll show you the trailer afterwards. It's really cool.
Oh, speaking of Gungrave TGS and things I know nothing about but would like to learn more about, new Gungrave?
Yeah, it's happening.
Gungrave Gore which is a great name, great alliteration.
Oh, Resonance of Fate got announced.
For like a
remaster,
4K,
which is yeah.
that was weird. I've always looked at that game from afar, like the PS3 copy, but it was never an actual box. It was the GameStop used game box.
Right.
And I was like, I'd always see that game, and I was like, oh, that's like interesting. I'll never play it though. Maybe I will now.
Yeah, definitely play it now, just because of how like weird that battle system is.
It's like a turn-based shooter.
Yeah.
It's like Parasite Eve.
Well, it's movement. So essentially, it's like a line.
It's like Parasite Eve.
Yeah. Well, no, because like essentially you're stuck, and then you press a button, and it like lets a line come out. And the way it works is that you have a line that kind of dictates your direction, and then you press a button, and you start running along that line, and you can start changing your targets. And as you're changing your targets, a circle starts building up, and that circle determines how hard it hits, the properties of that damage,
Man, fuck
and
XCOM.
what that and what that move you're going to be pulling out is. And then also, if you jump while you're running, you do like a stupid cool flip, but it also extends the amount of time you have to keep the circle going, so you can get extra damage.
Okay, that sounds cool.
Then what the idea is that you're essentially trying to get your characters to be in a triangle. Or they're supposed to run along each other's paths. So essentially what ends up happening is you have another button you press, and it starts a kind of like a pyramid thing. So then all three of your characters start running at the same time. So all three of their circles start like building up. And
That's
it's just
insanely dangerous.
Yeah, so
That's
because the way that the game's health system works is really weird. It's like submachine guns and handguns. So submachine guns add like white damage, like it would in a fucking like a fighting game.
Okay.
And then handguns take away that damage, or they're just pure hardcore damage. So you need the SMG to like build them down, like bring them down, but then like you need someone with a handgun to finally take them out. It's a really weird system, but I had a lot of fun with it. So
yeah, no, it sounds interesting. It's a weird TGS.
It's a very weird TGS.
Weird TGS.
What if there's anything else that happened?
Big?
Yeah.
It's a lot of like little announcements that aren't surprising, but I'm just happy to hear about. It's like I'm happy to see the Persona Q2 opening and hear that the music's fantastic. I really can't wait for that soundtrack to come out. 'Cause fuck Persona Q. I'll still buy it, but I'll feel bad about it. Lot of Catherine details. A lot of Catherine full body details.
18 voice actresses. Oh, okay.
11 DLC voices for Catherine. I assume with a C. So you can pick your favorite. You can pick your favorite Catherine. You can pick like Tsundere or Yandere. Like
Did you see Catherine with a K high school edition? And how fucking uber kawaii she is.
I saw like a little cropped picture. I didn't see. I haven't watched anything for
sassy.
Catherine.
It's great.
Yeah.
It's super good. The trailer's
for
really
full
good.
body. I kind of want to go into that blind because I'm definitely gonna get it because I love Catherine. And the fact that they have doubled the number of levels somehow. I don't know how. Is the game twice as long now? Like
yeah, there's a whole new character.
Yeah, but like even still, the game was never that long. So does that mean every night you're just doing more puzzles? Are there more nights?
I think there's more nights. Yeah.
Damn.
So like there's a whole lot. Like there's a whole new game.
Yeah.
It might as well be a sequel.
Catherine with a Q.
Yeah. Who, surprise, surprise, is totally a guy, by the way.
What? No.
You didn't see the trailer? The
No.
first trailer ever.
The
that
very
announced
first
it?
trailer?
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
Where Catherine with a Q pulls down her pants and Vincent just fucking loses his shit.
Yeah, maybe she's like...
It's a trap. It's a trap. It's a trap, and it might not be handled very well.
Oh, no.
It might be Atlas handling something very bad.
Because, like, I forget her name, but Ronald McDonald, like, it's a transgendered character that they handle really well. Because you wouldn't
till like the fucking end. Like the very end.
I don't remember. Oh,
yeah, where the guy's
Toby?
like, "I totally slept with you, you whore." Like,
God, I don't remember that. I must have.
Yeah.
The ending I got, Vincent was alone.
oh yeah, no.
Vincent was alone. He went into space.
There's an ending with K. Catherine, where you wed her, Like you're at the wedding. And
okay,
everyone's
I've seen that
there.
the party.
Yeah,
Oh.
and then she's like, when I was a guy, and he's like, wait a minute, and he goes, what are you talking about? but we, and it's like a huge deal for him.
All right. Well,
So.
probably. Well, I guess again, still going into blind, so I won't go back and watch that trailer.
Oh, and you can play as Ren.
Yeah, Ren is
one of the new characters in the multiplayer. Oh, it's got online multiplayer,
which is great.
and one of the characters you can play is Ren Amamiya. So.
Oh, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know it was like a multiplayer character. That's cool.
Yeah, it's multiplayer character. So.
Other than that, Rafael Cervantes got announced for Soul Calibur.
Cervantes looks fucking sick.
Cervantes always looks sick.
Dude, I'm so fucking pumped. Like I was like, you know what? Out of all the characters, give me Cervantes, dude.
Yeah.
He's my dude.
I'll get through fighting game news quick because again I know nobody likes it. Kill la Kill had 2 new characters, Big Man and Sword Guy.
Gamaguri and
The blind guy. Spoilers.
Green Man.
Green Man. Don't like how they're using their big powered up forms because I like how the Sword Guy is kind of like all the time. Like if there's like a super that turned them into that'd be fine. But right now it's like I don't know. I guess the disconnect between Ryoko and Satsuki running around in their
Are you
their
ready
tighties.
for? Are you ready for base form Gamaguri?
And then Max, maybe.
Yeah, that's probably what they'll do. That's probably what
Yikes.
they'll do.
Speaking of that, great segue. Hey, guess who's the last DLC character for Dragon Ball FighterZ?
Is it an android?
It's an android. Can you guess the number?
Does it start with a 1?
It might.
Does it end with a
13.
7?
You're right. No, it's 17.
Oof.
It's Android 17, who is already a part of Android 18's move list.
So what happens if you put them together?
I don't know. I guess the Android 17 that's with 18 just has a different costume, maybe?
That game needs a season 2.
But like,
That
wait
game needs a season 2 with hard.
But like, way
hard
to
changes.
fuck Android 18. Like, now she's just stapled to 17, and then 17 also gets his own character? Like, Android 18 is one of the only Dragon Ball characters I actually like. From the outside, because I'm not going to watch it. And, yeah, no, that sucks. I mean, 17, hey, he looks like he's got some cool moves. Would have been great if it was a different character. Cool. All right. I imagine you want to talk about Devil May Cry. Maybe. There's a slight... I said there's a slight possibility you may want to talk about Devil May Cry.
Nah, it wasn't that good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to do a bait and switch, but now we are just going to do the other story. Tales of Vesperia.
Oh,
Have you
okay,
heard
you were
about
actually
this?
going to do that.
Oh, I was going to say, like... I was waiting for you to go, like, Devil May Cry! And then I was immediately going to cut you off, but that didn't happen. So, bit ruin. That's okay. So Tales of Vesperia has gotten some English gameplay for the definitive edition.
Yeah. Troy Baker's not in it.
Shows a couple of different spots. No, Troy Baker is in it, except when he's not.
Yeah.
So they got all of the other actors to come back and reprise their roles for the additional content that I guess was only released in Japan on the Xbox.
Right.
Which, great job on that one, Bandai. And not Troy Baker.
And you know why that is?
Wasn't even asked. It's probably because
he cost way too much fucking money.
Probably because Troy Baker is at the very top of guys. But again, you see the stuff he appears in? Like, he appears in everything.
Right. But everything with a budget. Not a remaster.
No, I've seen him in some whack stuff.
Like recently? Like what?
Anime. Like weird side things. Like I couldn't put a name
remember,
to
there
it.
was a time that Troy Baker had to put in the work.
No, but I mean, like, I sometimes go on, like, behind the voice actors and just, like, scroll through people's profiles. And, like, Troy Baker is in a lot of stuff that no one would ever see.
Right. But, once again, that's also because of the fact that, like, the way that voice acting works is, like, whoever you have closest to you, and depending on, like, how minor the role is, you're talking about they're not going to make as much money.
But here's the thing.
But like a mainline role in a JRPG with several sections of a game needing to be added, an A-list voice actor like Troy Baker would probably cost a substantial amount of money right now.
But see, the thing is, one, apparently it's they use the old clips for the entire game, It's
Right.
only the new stuff that's been like revoiced
Yes.
that they brought everybody back for. The other thing is that they used Troy Baker through the whole game and then just switched to a different guy
Yeah.
for the side
And
content.
it sounds weird.
Here's the shitty part. It's like, you don't even ask the dude for a quote. You don't even approach and go like, hey, we're doing this definitive edition. Theoretically, in the ballpark, how much would it cost to get
This
you to work
happens
on
all the time. All the time.
It's still shitty.
Yeah, but this happens all
Yeah.
the time. And you know what? Troy Baker was at the forefront of the shitty thing that happened with the fucking Silent Hill voice casting. So yeah, fuck him. I love Troy Baker,
Yeah.
but like him and Mary Elizabeth Quinn and all those fucking people that I respect as voice actors were still on that Silent Hill voice HD thing where they ruined 2 and 3.
Not single-handedly, but
No,
I'm
but
sure
they
it
had a
contributed.
hand in taking that game and making it way more fucking like melodramatic than actually creepy.
Yeah.
You
Good.
go back and you listen to
Harry
the voice
Mason
acting and the
talk.
James Sunderland.
That's what I meant.
Yeah, James Sunderland talking like
Yeah.
the original. Like Guy Seehee did an amazing job because that's the vision.
Yeah.
And
it's
Tom Hewlett or whatever the fuck his name was really fucked it, and they just sat there and all they ever did was talk shit about how bad the performances were, with they not realizing that was the point.
weird. Yeah.
So like, you know what? Boo fucking who, bro? I'm sorry. You make way too much fucking money now. It's a shame. I'm sorry. When that fucking joke he said at the VGAs was like, if you want to get into voice acting, wait for me and Nolan North to die and then come. That was true, 100%.
It's a really funny joke for like.
It's a fantastic joke.
Almost for somebody else to make, but you know, as long as somebody makes it, that's fine.
Yeah. And you know
Um,
what? Boo fucking who? I get it. You might have liked that role a
Yeah.
lot because you did really good as Yuri.
Yeah.
But
I don't know.
I mean,
it's like again, it's like if that was a role he really likes, it sucks that he wasn't considered for it. Sucks for the people who like played this game way long ago and were hoping to like finally get to experience the rest of Tales of Vesperia, and now it's like the other guy does his best, but he's not Troy Baker, and you can tell immediately. And not just because the little gameplay trailer is cut so that it's Troy Baker, and then in the next cutscene, not Troy Baker.
yeah.
Um,
No, it's jarring. It's
Yeah.
for sure jarring. But I 100% believe it's due to the fact that because of the voice actor thing, which needed to happen.
unions and all
The
that.
unions needed to happen. Absolutely. He is too fucking A-list right now. It probably costs a substantial amount of money to bring Troy Baker on. Now, I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, that's just an oversight from Bamco. Like, that really is like a huge fuck-off thing.
Yeah.
But I'm 100% of the mindset that it's a money issue.
Yeah. It's
All those voice actors and actresses do not cost nearly anywhere near as much as probably what Troy Baker does right now.
Yeah, it really is one of those things where it's like, in my opinion, like if he's too expensive, I get it. That's fine. You're on a budget. Just pay the courtesy, and then like if it's like okay, yeah, that's too much. Sorry, we'll go with something else. Literally can't afford to pay you, or like maybe haggle a bit. I don't know. It's the same way. It's like, yeah, you probably didn't want David Hayter coming back to do Big Boss in Metal Gear Solid 5. Not that it really mattered. But the fact that he wasn't even like, it's like, yeah, no, nobody ever reached out to me. Nobody. I don't know.
No, I get it.
It's because like that's the character of Snake is David Hayter. Like,
Through and through.
Snake isn't Snake without that voice, and like I've never played Vesperia, but I imagine if you spent like 100 hours with Yuri, and then like it's not, I almost said it's not Yuri Lowenthal, it's not Troy Baker all of a sudden, like
There's
that
actually a really
sucks.
funny conversation about that
Yeah,
that he has about that.
Because the names are, it's Yuri Lowell, right?
Yeah.
In Vesperia?
Well, because the one that happened before was Abyss. So
Yeah.
Tales of the Abyss happened, and Yuri was the main character in that one.
Mhm.
And I think they both actually participated for the same role, and Troy ended up getting it instead. But then like Yuri came on as another character,
It's so
so he was like, It was really weird.
Yeah.
Like, this character was effectively made for you, but I'm the one voicing it.
You want to talk about people who are in everything and have just had their rates significantly jacked up. Yuri Lowenthal is about to start collecting some pretty decent paychecks.
Yuri's about to get
Good for Yosuke.
on, bro.
Sure, he's Yosuke and everything, but you know what? I like Yosuke.
Yeah, no, you can definitely hear the Yuri voice in Spider-Man, but, like, all of that acting, once again, we gotta say,
It does a pretty good fucking job as
it was
Spider-Man.
so good. So good,
Really
dude.
good. All
Just
right.
just when he looks at him, he's like, you knew. Like, oh, so good. He's so angry.
Also, minor story. Tales of Cristeria. Coolest trailer for a mobile game. Bing. Congrats on your award.
Really upset.
Yeah. I don't have
that-
any attachment to Tales.
Well, because Tales is best when it's, like, incredibly dark.
Yeah.
Berseria is still really good. Certainly really good.
Mm.
Abyss, one of my favorites in the series, for sure. God damn it.
All right. Well, we are almost ready to talk about DMC.
God damn it. What else is there?
Well, first of all, geez. Don't need to be attacked.
I'm attacking right now.
Oh,
What else
you're
could
right.
there be?
I don't know. Resident Evil 2?
Oh,
I'm thinking we just end on DMC because of how much there is.
okay.
So I'm trying to get everything out.
All right.
We saw Ada. No red dress. She wore a trench coat and sunglasses. She looks cool. Trailer looks good. Resident Evil 2 is going to be a good game. Comes out in February.
Sewer level. Gator Man.
Yeah.
Florida Man.
Crocodile Dundee.
Ooh. Alligators live up to 150 years. That's why they say see you later.
Because
they'll
they'll get around to it, I guess. What else? Oh, other award to go along with coolest mobile game trailer is coolest name for a visual novel I'll never play. Daedalus: The Awakening of Golden Jazz.
That's
pretty strong.
That's strong, but what does that mean?
I don't. It's a detective visual novel. Go fucking figure.
Kill me.
Speaking of detective visual novels, sort of. The people behind Danganronpa, the director, and oh god, where's this article? There's been so much goddamn news. The director for Danganronpa, and writer Kodaka, the musician behind Danganronpa, who I think next to Shoji Meguro is my favorite composer. Like, it does fantastic work for that series. As well as I think one of the scenario writers for 999 have come together to put together a video game company called, I believe, Too Kyo Games. And basically just straight up announced 4 projects. One of which is an anime, and then 3 games. They look very Danganronpa, and one of them looks very not Danganronpa, but is about a killing game by kids, for kids, involving kids, I think is the project title.
That's weird.
The
The Cinnamon Toast Crunch of killing games.
Yeah, the Cinnamon Toast Crunch of killing games. Yep, nope, can't find the article again. There's been a lot of news. But that's news I'm really excited about because Danganronpa V3 was probably in my top 3 games of the year last year. Or did that come out this year? No, I don't know.
Last year, I think. I don't know.
I
actually.
played it on New Year's. That's why I'm so confused.
Oh, yeah, last year.
Danganronpa V3 was absolutely, like, fantastic. Like, I can't say anything. I can't say anything about it. It's one of those, though, where if I say anything, it ruins it.
Yeah.
But, man, you should get around to Danganronpa at some point.
I
'cause
should.
That's a good series. I got 1 and 2. I can let you borrow it at some point. Problem is, it's a book. Don't recommend it as a stream game.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? That'd be
I
a
have.
great series to port to the Switch. Holy shit.
Oh, yeah.
Get your little e-reader.
Or maybe just their new project.
Yeah.
They start doing a Switch thing.
Yep. Too Kyo. Very excited to see what they do. Especially, again, very excited about those soundtracks. Very
It's gonna
excited.
be good. Yo. Dream soundtrack. Keiichi Okabe. Yoko Shimomura.
Okay.
That dude.
No,
Yeah, no.
no, it's not the kind of music he does.
But
It's like Shoji Meguro and this. Oh God, what's his name? I feel so bad.
right, but you say that.
Those two stylistically together
Right,
would
but you
work
say
well.
that, but like Shimamura knows her
Shimamura can work
way.
with anything.
Yeah.
That is true. But oh my God, hold on. I'm about to make a discovery in my in my audio player. Who did the music? Yeah, okay. Masafumi Takada does the music for Danganronpa. You may know him from also working on No More Heroes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Masafumi Takada. Absolutely fucking love that stuff. Very good. All right.
That summer coming out. That the other game is, but it's not 3.
Yeah.
Oh, Killer 7.
Killer 7. You know.
Hey, it's 60 frames. Why? Oof.
Fast.
Looks weird.
Yeah. Hey, I'll play it finally.
Me too.
All right. Let's talk about it.
God damn it. You start. I fucking knows. I'm sorry, guys. Give me a second.
All right. So I don't know if you guys knew this, but there's a little game called Devil May Cry 5 coming out next year. That we are very much looking forward to, and I think up until release we'll probably end up on the podcast in some form every single other week that we do the podcast. So there's been a lot of ups and downs in the past about a week or so in terms of Devil May Cry 5. There was no appearance for Devil May Cry at the PlayStation TGS preview thing, which I guess makes sense because Xbox is, I guess, the system they're really pushing for. But a few days ago, just out of the blue, up on the YouTube channel, we were supposed to be getting Dante gameplay footage at TGS. So TGS is kind of starting up. I think it's like a day before TGS started. And we get the full music video for Dante's theme. And it sucked. It was really bad. Like,
It was really fucking
terrible. Astronomically bad. Now, not bad in the same way that like We Shall Never Surrender is bad, or like Devil's Never Cry is like bad, or even Devil Trigger is bad. Not bad, but so much fun that you don't like care because it's just awesome.
Not your boy Shooty HD.
No.
No.
This was just like terrible to the point where even on a technical level it was bad. Like multiple people, including Phil over here, pointed out it's like the mixing was off.
Yeah.
The vocals were way too loud and the band was way too quiet. And I think the instrumental part was like fine, but like God, I hate Screamo. Like I hate it. I didn't understand a single word, and that's like, you darn kids and your Satan music. But like, I've been very open to all sorts of music, especially more recently.
Yeah.
But like, this was awful. What was the name of the group?
So Suicide Silence is
Suicide
traditionally like they're a deathcore metal band.
Yeah.
And they've been in the game for a while now.
Deathcore, not Screamo, I guess.
Fuck, dude. This is why I wanted to get to DMC, because I get to a point where I'm talking so much, my throat at the end of the night just gets fucked.
Oh, my bad. I guess we'll put a pause. We'll finish tomorrow morning.
Fuck. Sorry, guys. So basically, long story short, the original singer's not even there anymore. That band has been up and down for a while now.
A lot of controversy involving that lead singer, yeah.
Yeah. So they're already not good. The people in that fucking span of like knowledge and know-how already don't think they're very good.
Yeah.
So that's already a fucking thing. Then you put on top of the fact that somehow in the span of the 4 years that this game was being developed, nobody thought to take a look into the background of these dudes working on this fucking thing. And Eddie, the lead singer, just recently and literally in 2017 got pretty much fucking ousted for having sexual relations with an underage girl.
Yep.
So that's a fucking thing.
Yeah.
And that really seems like the gentleman Cody Matthews, who was working on the project with those guys, kind of didn't let anybody know until the last minute.
Yeah.
So they release a song, has all this fucking acclaim. Then the internet never fucking forgets and goes, wait a minute, this is the same guy who fucked that kid. So immediately Capcom goes, oh no, big no.
Oh, you can't have that.
Yeah.
Oh. So yep, they within like a couple of hours.
I'm sorry, guys. I'll be right back.
Yeah, it's fine. I got like Alka-Seltzer and stuff in that top thing. Emergency. I don't know if that.
I'll be in the real quick.
Okay. So within a couple of hours, that music video is like off of YouTube completely. Yeah, it didn't even within like Devil May Cry style, like going for a heavier song with Dante, I think is like fine compared to the poppy like Devil Trigger song that Nero has. But like this was way too much. So they take the video down. But, you know, with the next I don't remember if it was that night or the next day, we get our Dante trailer. And admittedly, the same song that was released the day before, playing in the background, doesn't sound as bad, probably because people are talking over it, and it's just background noise. But even still, really good trailer that's kind of affected by like pacing issues just because it doesn't have a nice, cool song to sync up with. But we see a lot of shit for DMC5. We see Dante, obviously. We see Lady. We see Trish. We get our first good official look at V. And then we get a lot of good Dante gameplay where he's got his new weapon, his fist weapons. I don't know what they're going to be called in this one. That take on like a weird like capoeira style to them, like for some reason. And then, how you doing, buddy?
I'm sorry, guys.
No, you're good.
It's the end of the night and the beginning of the morning. Like for the whole afternoon, I'm fine.
Yeah, I get you.
But like it's like the moment anytime your body goes, okay, it's time to wake up, or anytime, okay, time to shut down, like it just gets worse.
But yeah, no, fist weapon. Dante's doing like capoeira shit, which we'll go into a bit more with the gameplay. But there's only a very specific state that he does that in. There's still the style switching's back. A little spoiler for later, but the bike weapon. They show off some of that in that story trailer. They show off Devil Trigger. Looks a lot like Sparta's Devil Trigger, actually, like the one from Devil May Cry 1 during the last boss fight. Mm-hmm. He looks like a fucking bug, but it looks cool.
He's a big old Kamen Rider now.
But there's this part at the very end where Dante looks right into the camera, and after a weird awkward pause says jackpot. He says the thing that everybody loves. But all in all, good trailer. Good trailer. You know, music in the background. But
hey, you know what? They didn't know.
There was no way to backpedal that much. That trailer was cut and ready to go, and they're like,
by the gameplay, they knew. Yeah. That, like when the actual 15-minute game demo came out today.
So right before Phil came over.
Yep.
They released 15 minutes on IGN of Dante gameplay, and yes, style switching is back. It is still Trickster, Gunslinger, Sword Master.
And in a show of just actual forward thinking from like an actual fucking journalist outlet.
Yeah.
The person playing was good.
Yeah.
He knew what he was doing.
There was one part where they got stuck on the level geometry, but it was kind of cute. And then they got past it, and it's like, all right, they're back.
It's like, oh,
but
well, fuck.
No, you were seeing jump, trick, shotgun, trick. Like, you were seeing actual stuff.
He was showing off the systems, and I was like, holy shit. Yeah. Who did they send? Send this guy.
Yeah. It looks obviously looks slower than some other games, but like, I'm comparing it to Turbo, which is the only way I've been playing, like DMC4 and D little M big C.
I promise you, it's the same speed.
Yeah, but again, once you if there's a turbo option, turning that on for sure. Dante looks super fun. Swordmaster mode is where he gets his weird capoeira stuff with his gauntlets and his shoes, whatever they're going to be called.
Balrog,
They're called Balrog.
inspired specifically from the character.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
What about the capoeira stuff?
I don't know, but they called it, and that's what they said. They was inspired by the Street Fighter character, Balrog.
Oh my god, he's not doing a flash kick. He's doing fucking Vega's
Anti-air.
Yeah.
And Balrog is Vega in Japan. Okay.
Yeah.
Totally makes sense now.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, that's cool. That's really cool.
Yeah.
What's the bike called?
The bike is called the Calvier. Calvier?
Okay.
Calvier R, I think it's called.
Yeah, no. I haven't. I
so
only
he's
watched
walking around with Alistair.
Yeah.
Calvier. And what you don't see in the trailer.
Rebellion.
Is it Rebellion or Alistair?
It's been Rebellion since like.
No, he walked away with Alistair at the end of 1. I think it's
What does he have
Alistair
in
in 2.
2?
I think it's Alistair.
Yeah, but in 4 it's Rebellion.
Yeah, he brings Rebellion. Well, I don't know.
Before it takes place
No, 4 plays. Okay,
takes
so
place
4,
after 3.
after 1.
After 3.
Yeah. So it goes 3, 1, 4, 2. But he uses Alistair in 2, I think.
Why would he go back to Alistair?
I don't know.
This sword is Rebellion for sure.
I think
like
it's
100% in DMC. Like it has the skull and the ribs. Like
Yeah.
it's Rebellion.
Yeah.
God, the timeline's weird.
Timeline's
I
really
think the only
fucked.
reason he uses Alistair in 2 is because they hadn't made Rebellion yet.
What I want to know is why is he back from hell?
I don't know, but he's really excited to see the stuff with his own eyes.
In the gameplay demo, he specifically says, I just woke up from a very long nap. And I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? What did he do?
I don't know. I only saw 6 minutes of the gameplay, so saw a lot of cool stuff with the shotgun, especially in Gunslinger. Like when you're targeting somebody, it's not just the flipping the shotgun around. You actually have really cool
You have mobility now.
tactical dodges.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, in general, Dante looks absolutely ace. I hope people are able to do all the cool stuff I'll never be able to do with him. You know, the style switching coming back. Style switching is cool.
Yeah.
I
had to.
have Nero, so I don't mind having the very complicated
But-
character.
But
And DMC5.
you know what they did, though, right?
What?
You can actually choose how many weapons you bring.
Oh.
Yeah. So if
Like-
you want, you can bring only two of each type.
Okay. 'Cause
So you can kind of
Yeah, because I like.
make your build.
Oh, that's good. Which means that he's probably going to get a lot of more weapons.
Or styles. He might get styles.
What else could? Because like that.
Quicksilver, Doppelganger. There's another one.
What did Quicksilver do? Was that the time?
Quicksilver's
slot?
time. Doppelganger was that one. There's another one.
I don't know. Maybe.
Maybe they can make a new one where he's like psychic.
That's the thing. Is like.
Who knows?
That's the thing is like that core kit of styles he has right now covers pretty much everything that you
Right.
could want.
Hmm.
So I don't know. It'd be interesting to see what they do.
I think like I 100% would love to see an incorporation of like style moves, like
Yeah.
Quicksilver into Gunslinger, using actual like Zawaddle powers and
I mean,
making your shots.
Nero's
kind
got
of,
time stop. Why not? It's
Yeah.
already in the game.
Yeah, making your shots actually kind of stop, and then like build up, and then you just kind of
Dude.
blow up at the same time.
So Quicksilver switched to Gunslinger with the shotgun.
Yeah, yeah.
Just keep doing it. You just have a ring of fucking shotgun shells around you. Devil May Cry looks good.
Amazing.
Only saw 6 minutes. I'm gonna watch the rest of it after this.
Then we gotta watch Guided 3 gameplay because that's all over the place too. That we missed.
But yep, during that whole gameplay thing, all of the battle music is Devil Trigger.
So, did you talk about the deluxe edition?
No, I was actually about to do that. So the deluxe edition comes with one. It's the quicker thing to discuss. Is there are 12 additional background music things that you can pick from. I'm only going to use Devil Trigger, so I don't know why I would need the other 12, but they're there.
Because there's some really good stuff.
I didn't see what the actual songs were.
There's a lot of really good stuff.
Do they have Devils Never Cry, but from the Devil May Cry Special Edition soundtrack?
Yes.
That one specifically?
Yes.
Because that's the only one I really like.
Yes, that Devil's Never Cry is on that fucking list.
but the one from DMC3.
I don't know.
That's the thing.
I don't know,
Also.
but they said DMC3, Devils Never Cry.
Okay.
So
Well, as long as one version's on there.
yeah.
And like I would never surrender, you know. I like the time has come and so have I. It's a funny line.
Last laugh and
And then the song ends because you finished the fight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But along with that are 4 additional Devil Arms,
Mega Buster,
Mega Buster,
Pasta Breaker.
which is a fork on an arm.
I don't know what the third one was, but I know the fourth one.
I know. I don't remember what the third one is either.
Oh, Gerbera GP01, which is a Gundam arm.
Did they go into more detail about ones other than Mega Man?
Just the Sweet Surrender.
Yeah, the Sweet Surrender. Oh, God.
He has a devil arm specifically designed to massage Kyrie.
God, I hate Kyrie. I hate Kyrie and everything that surrounds her.
They call it the Sweet Surrender, and it's got a special vibrating functionality. It's like, oh, come the fuck on, guys.
But no, the cool thing about the Mega Buster is, like, one, it got a full trailer. Like, a really cute full trailer with really cool effects and stuff. The other thing is, like, now Nero has Ebony and Ivory.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's a massive, like, massively cool addition to his moveset.
And it gives him mobility. You see that? It gives him the shotgun mobility.
What?
Yeah, watch the trailer. He does the shotgun mobility where it's like dipping and diving with the Mega Buster.
All right, that's cool then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I'm down. I mean, I was gonna.
And like if you die with it, it gives you the animations and everything too. So that's pretty good.
I don't know if that looks like it was just added for the video.
Maybe. We'll see.
We'll see. There is a thing in the bottom of the screen the entire time. It's like camera angles adjusted for promotional purposes.
So, speaking of bottom of the screen,
oh my
at the
God,
very bottom of the description,
it was so,
across every
okay,
console.
You're not even talking about what I'm talking about.
No.
Right? How did I forget?
Online play 2 to 3 players.
It's just gonna be Bloody Palace,
And that's amazing.
That's amazing.
Here's what everyone else is saying too.
I've seen this.
RE6, the way they're doing RE6.
Oh man, that'd be too much.
You know why? Because you see Trish and Lady with you
yeah.
during the gameplay trailer, so they have the opportunity.
Nero's with
Trish
V.
literally putting her hands up and going, "What the fuck are you?"
That means that this game is going to have, at that point, that's 5 playable characters right there.
Only 3. So V, Nero, and Dante are confirmed. If they say Trish and Lady are playable at some point, then that's not confirmed. But they show up with you.
Oh, I thought that's what you were getting at with
No,
the
no,
2
no.
or 3 players thing.
No. I mean, but they show it how it would work. If you look in the trailer, like they're both walking alongside you in the game world, so it would totally work.
I don't know. That'd be cool. That'd be pretty cool.
Regardless, I mean, multiplayer Bloody Palace is all people ever wanted.
That's
all
amazing.
anyone's ever wanted.
Now we can both embarrass ourselves at
And
the
the
same
arenas
time.
and the arenas are way larger now, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
So it's like, dope.
Training mode. I hope there's an online training mode too. That'd be great.
Can you imagine fucking you prop shreddering as Dante up into my fucking like Devil Buster, and then some asshole as V just summons a motherfucker on top of him? Like,
all right. Is that what we're going with? You'll take Nero. I'll take Dante.
who do you want? I'll take.
I
Whatever.
will take anybody.
I want to see how V plays.
Okay.
If V plays really cool, I'm taking V for sure.
All right. I'll take Dante or
Because
This-
I
want
I
this to-
love Lady
yeah.
because she plays ranged, and I always play ranged characters in every game I play for the most part.
Yeah. I want
So-
this to be the game where I finally crack Dante. Like this game in Marvel vs. Capcom, I'll learn Dante in those.
Right.
But yeah, no, that's great. See, the bottom text I thought you were talking about, because I thought we were segueing to probably our last news story, because honestly, I don't really like this podcast,
Yeah.
and
me
I
too.
kind of want to get out of here.
Me too.
PlayStation Classic got announced. 20 games. They've announced 5 so far, but it's already up for pre-order. So I don't know why you would pre-order it yet. You don't know what the other 15 games are. It's got Final Fantasy VII on it. It's got the rabbit one, the jumping rabbit, whatever that one's called.
Jumping rabbit.
Yeah, it's a hip hop hopper. I don't know, whatever.
Hippity.
You're like a robot rabbit and you jump, but the camera has to look down because it's an early PlayStation 1 game. I had no idea how that worked.
What are you talking about?
I couldn't remember the name of it.
Not fucking Vib Ribbon.
Not Vib Ribbon, no. But along with some other games, they announced the PlayStation Classic because we're at the point where Nintendo did it. Why not? I think the PlayStation has a good enough library that you could make it work. Throw in Resident Evil.
I said this is stupid until I saw the controller, and I said, okay, I want it.
Oh, I hate the PlayStation controller before DualShock.
Oh yeah, no, I hate it too, but I love it.
No,
I love it because of how stupid it is.
But see, I hate it in the same way that I hate the Super Nintendo controller, and I think the NES controller is the worst controller.
I just want it to take me to a time when I was 5th fucking grade.
When you were happy.
And I was happy. That's all I want.
Yeah. So here's my biggest problem with it. It's very quick. You know, you blink, you might miss it, but they show like a rotating shot of the PlayStation console, and they expect you to go, oh my god, it's the PlayStation Classic, which is kind of what I was doing. Power cord's not included. We're doing this again.
Whoa!
Says it really small. Says USB-C like cord not included. And that's the shitty thing is it's like it's USB-C.
So it's universal.
It's universal, but like I want to be able to take it out of the box and use it. I don't want to have to like make a stop it like
You're gonna charge me $100 fucking dollars. Give me a goddamn USB cable. It's not that fucking.
It's like when I fucking opened up the new 3DS. And it's like, oh, cool, I have to go track down a 3DS charger, which is a proprietary cable, so you can't just pick up whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, I had to get this, like, DS, 2DS, new 3DS, like, combo charger. I was like, bullshit.
It's bullshit, yeah.
The games that have already been announced for it, Final Fantasy VII, Jumping Flash was the name of the
I don't remember
game.
Jumping Flash at all.
Ridge Racer Type 4.
Okay.
Good game. Tekken 3.
Good game.
Which is really solid. And Wild Arms. Which, you know.
How many JRPGs are going to throw in this fucking thing, I wonder?
Well, that's the thing. Is like, if you get it. If they put on, like. Xenogears. If they put on, like.
That'd be weird.
Xenogears would be weird. The weird picks that I'd really want for this is, like, Xenogears, Parasite Eve. Love Parasite Eve, but
one of the Resident Evils is going to be on there for sure.
One of the Resident Evils, I wonder if they would go 2 instead of 1.
I don't know, maybe 3 even, because 2's coming out soon.
That's why I think they do 2, is because Resident Evil 2 is coming out soon. That way you have an easy way to play the original. Because right now there's no like, unless you have a PS3, there's no way to like play Resident Evil 2.
True.
You know, but more than likely, like, one of the Crash games, one of the Spyro games, not all of them, because then why would you buy the trilogy? Medieval's going to be on there, because, like, I guess they're remaking it at some point.
Yeah, they're working on something.
Ape Escape 1 is not going to be on it, because I just realized the controller does not have joysticks. Big oops on that. Maybe Tomb Raider? Like, the first Tomb Raider?
Maybe Tomb Raider 2.
That's a class. Maybe Tomb Raider 2.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess if they're starting with like Tekken 3. Yeah.
If you look at their greatest hits collection, you can find something.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. So, PlayStation Classic. Cool.
You can now buy Final Fantasy VII on almost every single peripheral in your fucking house.
You know, it'd be really like sad. It's like this is the console that gets Final Fantasy VIII.
Ooh. Yeah, that'd be weird if they actually gave like multiple of the same game. Oh, dude, what if they put Battle Toshinden in there?
Okay, wait, hold on. Developing. The cord is included. The wall adapter isn't.
That boy.
That's only a little bit better.
That's so fucking asinine.
But it's still so stupid.
That's fucking asinine,
Just put the whole
bro.
thing in the box. But hey, maybe maybe we're getting close to the Dream Classic.
No, dude. Nope. Not gonna happen.
Okay, but hear me out though.
We got Devil May Cry 5.
No, this is a different.
That's already that puts
Okay.
us at 12 years of the Trump presidency.
Yeah, but we're like, we got Devil May Cry 5, we got RE2 remake, we got Shenmue 3 for whoever cares about that.
Right.
We got Kingdom Hearts 3 coming out next year. We have Final Fantasy 7 remake.
The timeline's building negatively. It's building
Yeah.
to something.
But I think the last thing before the big drop will be the Dreamcast Classic. So now hear me out. This is my idea of the Dreamcast Classic. And to let
Okay.
you guys know, I'm not a fake fan. My Dreamcast is under my TV right now. It's right there.
Oh, look at that. It's black.
Just load. Yeah, it's the Sega Sports Edition.
Oh, right. Yeah.
I was talking with a friend who didn't even play video games like back in middle school about the Dreamcast.
Yeah,
He's
everyone
like-
had one.
He's like, I think my neighbor had one of those, and we just went to his neighbor's house and like knocked on the door, and he's like, hey, do you still have the Dreamcast? And he's like, yeah, I guess. Do you want it? And he's like, no, but my friend does. He's like, okay, and he just gave me a Dreamcast. So there it is.
Dope.
But no, you make a Dreamcast Classic. I don't really even care about any of the exclusive games on the Dreamcast that aren't fighting games. But could you imagine having a little box that you can carry Marvel vs. Capcom 2, Third Strike, Project Justice,
You gotta say it.
Capcom vs. SNK
You
2,
gotta say it.
Power Stone,
Yeah.
carry it around. Fuck making Dreamcast controllers. Just let you plug in USB controllers. Hey, I showed up to the tournament. Bang! Plug your stick in and let's play.
What a world,
Yeah,
man.
and then we'll drop off. Then the good stuff, the good times will stop rolling.
Then Final Fantasy VII Remake never happens. It gets
It's
canceled.
honestly like, what else? What else could they do? What else could come out, like, get announced tomorrow and you be like, this is just as earth-shattering as what we've been hearing about?
For me personally, Zoe 3.
Yeah, but that's already, like, guys who just did the remaster, like,
Right, they're
yeah,
talking
it's
about
like,
it,
yeah,
but
we want to
like
do it. I think if somebody's willing and able, Konami really
Give
needs
me-
some good graces.
you want a real this is a weird one.
Okay.
This is a weird one that I would totally fucking buy it. Give me a Persona bundle on the PS4.
Oh, kind of
3,
weird.
4, 5.
Kind of weird that they haven't done that.
Yeah.
And not even the PS2 classics thing, like no
Yeah.
ports. But it would.
If you
Persona 4
include 1 and
No.
and 2 with both fucking versions.
Absolutely not. Oh
Of
my
course
god! All
not.
right, it just became impossible.
Yeah,
it
that's
was
what I'm saying. You want
reasonable.
earth shattering.
It was reasonable, and then you're like, okay, well, Persona 4 has to be the golden version. It's like, all right, less
Yeah.
likely now. It's like, I also want both versions of Persona 2 so I can actually play that complete story in English. It's like, nope, that's done. That's it. That's out. They don't even remember Persona 1 and 2 existed.
Yeah.
All right. I think that's all the news we have. But
I think it's done. I think we're done now.
a new
I
segment.
think it's time to go
You want
home.
to do it?
What new segment?
Oh.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I don't think we
This
have...
ride never stops.
Okay. Well, so far there's only one question. But for YouTube, I guess this is more of a plug now that we have an actual system for it.
Okay.
If you'd like to ask a question for us to answer on a little Q&A segment at the end of every podcast, you can tweet at either Phil or I with the hashtag #NotAnotherQuestion, and we will answer your question on stream. If you are with us live right now, this is your absolute last chance to get your questions in. Absolute. Real quick, Mr. Mizu, who is currently in our chat, I
Hey,
imagine,
what's up, man?
asks, this one's for Max. Any characters you want to see in Jump Force, no matter how far out there it is? Bobobo. Where's he at? I want to see Bobobo in hyper-realistic graphics.
Bobobo with cells at work assist.
That's not shonen.
Is it? Are you sure?
No, it's not shonen.
Are you sure, though?
It's
Because
not-
I can pull
it's-
up some shonen-ass shit coming from that show.
No, but it's not from Shonen Jump.
Oh.
Jump Force is Shonen Jump.
Oh, that's what you
Like
meant.
JoJo could be in it. I would love to see Josuke instead of like Jotaro or any of them. Yugi was kind of a really out there pick. I'm honestly not a big fan of a lot of the shows in Shonen Jump. Like My Hero Academia is the first one I've really like watched and gotten into. So I guess seeing Deku would be cool. But honestly, Jump Force kind of scares me, like in a horror kind of way. Like, did you see that Yugi got revealed? Yami Yugi?
Yeah.
Looks like a fucking monster. Like,
Really?
more so than the monsters he summons. I'll show you screenshots after this.
Oh,
Oh my
okay.
god, it's awful.
Oof.
It's so bad.
Well, I mean, that doesn't look like a good... Like, they were using Unreal, right?
Yeah. It looks like the people, it's like, hey, I remade Kokiri Village in Unreal Engine. It's like, yup.
Oh, here comes the Uncanny Valley.
You sure did, buddy.
Oh,
You
fuck
sure
me.
did. All right. Hey, guess what? One question this time. But again, if you'd like to see us answer one of your questions on our stream, just tweet at us. Hashtag not another question. And if you can tag either me at MAXX or Phil at, I can always forget what your Twitter is. Phil's Her Mang?
Yes.
Or it's Phil's Her Mang?
We'll figure it out.
All right. Well, it's in the description of the YouTube. Yeah, look it up. We will answer your questions on stream.
We love you. We do. But I'm still dying technically on the inside.
you're
And we
right.
got gameplay to watch.
We got a lot of gameplay to watch.
We got a fuck ton of shit
Possibly a
to
pizza to order.
watch. Ooh.
Fucking starving.
Ooh.
But thanks for watching. Follow us on YouTube. We upload all of our podcasts eventually. Keyword eventually.
Eventually is the name of the game.
Yep. Other than that, there's no big releases coming up, I don't think.
No.
Yeah.
Well, Horror Month is coming up for sure.
Horror month. Oh, we doing horror stuff?
I'm doing horror stuff
Oh,
for
fuck yeah.
sure.
I have a pretty good grasp on my schedule now, so I'm going to start streaming pretty consistently on twitch.tv/hipsters on purpose.
Inventory's done for me. I'm back in it, boys.
Guess what? At least consistent streams. We really should have called this channel Almost Content.
Fuck, we're almost
God.
there. We can still change
That may be
the name
that
of
may
the
be
fucking...
the name of the video series if we're just going to do video essays.
Yeah.
Honestly. All right. Look forward to... maybe don't.
Look forward to almost content.
Look forward to Almost Content. Oh, one last thing. I know, you hate me, but I need to give a big shout out. Distance finally came out of early access. It's really good. Go check out
finally.
Distance.
Holy shit.
I've been playing through the campaign like today and yesterday. Very good. Play Distance. Okay, that's it. That's
We
all.
love you guys. Bye. Take a nap.
Bye. Take a sleep.
Well, we getting that pizza.